That's still cool, though. Hopefully your guys' Halloween isn't as commercialized as ours. So. Oh, Jazzy, okay, so you like that. There's less chance for me to stream. Is there really? Okay, so this is actually good news. That's weird. I'm glad, though. And we figure if one of us is on Monday and one of us is on Thursday, then at least we get beginning of the week, end of the week, and we're not too much clumped in one or the other. And like I said, we can plan better, too. So I found out that during a stream, like doing the flats isn't very interesting for you guys, and doing the rendering isn't very interesting. I think the interesting part might actually be doing the pastel pass, the very end of one of my commissions. So
life pass.
What?
Like brings life to everything.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, Serenity, that's the other thing. We were thinking about it, and the times we get the best reaction on Twitch is when we've had a long time to stream. Like last year, we were doing really well in terms of like getting exposure, getting bits and donations and stuff when we were streaming for long periods of time. And then we got to a point where streams just kind of like we'd stream a couple hours on a Monday, Tuesday, a couple hours, and it spread out to where you didn't get a good run at it. And I think Twitch, for the most part, works like that, where you need to get a good run at it. So we're going to try it that way. And then depending on how that goes and how busy we are, like if we for some reason aren't as busy as we used to be, maybe we'll add days back in. But for the most part, it makes more sense to do it this way with how Twitch is kind of organized. It can be exhausting. So in between, like, you know, every few hours or something, our friends who stream for long periods of time, they'll just put up a bumper and they'll say like 10 minutes, we're gonna, you know, we're still streaming, but we're gonna be back, have a snack, go to the bathroom, all that kind of stuff, and then just be back. So as long as we're mentally prepped to go that long, it's fine. It's fine. It's just harder for that to just kind of happen when we're streaming technically 4 times a week. Because you guys know us, if we're on one stream, we're on both streams. So it's technically like I'm streaming 4 days and Gabe's streaming 4 days, you know? Schedules change constantly for people, so it's all good. True. Yeah, sketching. So that's what I'm going to do today, Cactus. And that's why I was kind of starting to reserve my fun time for Twitch. So you guys can actually see me having fun and just going from bare bones nothing to something. You know, so that's what I'm kind of trying to do lately. And that's why I was doing, you know, stuff like this on the stream for a while and trying that new thing. So I did 3 pieces using that technique. So it's been fun. Fire Seal, welcome. Thank you for the bits. Your last ones. Oh, man. Thank you. And Jazzy, thank you. You guys. I try not to guilt. I'm not trying to guilt you. I'm just trying to be, like, straight up honest that that's kind of... We don't get paid for our time or the fact we teach a lot of stuff. We used to, but the closer we get to you, you know, as friends, then it's like, you know, we don't really care about getting bits either because you become our friends. So then we're still not getting paid for our time, except for subscriptions. But those only give us so much. I think Gabe and I would almost rather have you doing our Patreons.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is up to you though. And especially overseas people, you don't feel pressured to do this because especially it'd be more expensive for you, I think, because you're overseas. But for domestic people in the US, if you'd rather be getting like physical things, our Patreons, like for $1 more basically, you're getting a physical item from us. And I think we get better cuts from Patreon than Twitch.
We get like $5.
It's basically the whole thing.
Yeah.
So if you want my like monthly stories that I'm just doing for Twitch buttons for $6, I'd rather have you cancel your Twitch sub and go do that.
You get
like
you're gonna get, if you sub to both of us, you get 4 buttons and a mini comic and a little story.
Yeah, I give stories, Gabe gives comics.
So it's almost like you get something every month in the mail. It's like getting a magazine subscription that comes with cool shit. I don't know.
Yeah. So if anyone is interested in switching over, that's the link. Look at Curious Collector, and for the $5 tier on Twitch, you pay $1 more a month. We get more money, you get more stuff, and it's better all around. Because Twitch can be so weird with, especially lately, the cut we get. It's not as much, and you get what, an emoji?
No.
Like, I'm not trying to sound like a jerk about it, but really, like, I'm putting myself in your shoes. I would rather do the Patreon thing. So, plus I get to have more fun with that. I'm really excited about the Curious Collector tier. But like I said, it's up to you guys. One of the buttons. Okay, so I don't have them made yet, like the ones that I'm going to be sending out for November exactly. But I'll tell you, so I've shown you guys, have you seen the graphic at least? I'll show you the graphic. But since November's my first month, I'm going to be doing that when I get back from FairyCon. But I'm going to show you my little graphic I made. And I do have a couple buttons I can show you of the random thing, because you technically get 2 buttons from me in a story. And it's not a very long story, it's just going to be kind of a cute, concise little story. But, download. Oh, come on. Okay, so it's basically this here. If you look at this part, so you get a random image on a button, and then you get a button that has to do with this scroll here. And I'm gonna try to actually make the buttons look like little bottles. So here's my idea. And I've yet to figure this out, but I promise it will get figured out. So these are the type of random things. I'm not gonna make them offensive like one of these is, obviously. So these are cut out from an old-timey comic, right? This one's just silly. I just want to be silly. But they're just random, right? So I'll make funny random ones that you get. So you get a random one, and then you get another one that I'm calling them Button Guardians. So the idea is that month you wear it for luck, or if it's got a special imbuement that I put in the story, that you've got that kind of power for that month, right? And what I was gonna do is, on the buttons that have to do with the story, I was gonna do a little addition to the top here and make it look like the top of a bottle, so that it looks like you've got this little bottle on you. And this is easier for us to produce and make quickly, so you do get them every month than, say, enamel pins. Enamel pins are great, but A, they're expensive, like 4 times as much as one of these, if not more. And they take way longer. Like my buttons I get, or my pins I get, they're like, I have to wait 4 weeks usually or more. And it's, because they're from China and stuff, so they take a long time. So the buttons we can make, they come with a cute little story. Gabe's come with a mini comic. But for mine, you get the random one, you get a story-based one that's a guardian. November's going to be a dragon, so I'm going to have this cute little dragon in a bottle. And then you get the story with it. And sometimes it'll be a poem, because I like to write poetry, but yeah, the enamel pins are way too expensive to make and take too long. Like, I would have to make them months in advance for a month later.
Yeah.
Which, that's the hard part, and right now we don't have that kind of time. But I did really want to start doing this, because in my life I crave story, and since I haven't been able to do that lately, I wanted to figure out a way where I could do a story every month and have it just kind of tiny and consumable, right? And I don't think anyone else is going to get these. Like, it's just you guys. I don't even think I'm going to sell these at a later time. It's seriously just Patreon or bust, So, anyway, that's that tier. So if any of you are already on the $5 tier on Twitch, feel free to switch over, because you're getting way more on the other one. Is that the little guy?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
He's probably drinking.
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
Alright.
Weird.
So, let's see. Is he just cleaning and his foot's hitting the door or something?
Yeah, master.
What?
Cup fast. Preen master.
Oh, he's preening?
Look like it.
Cute preen baby. He likes to be pretty. He's such a pretty boy. So Kukui wakes up sometimes during the middle of the day, but it's usually just for a quick snack and then like back to bed. Otherwise I'd shout, but hey Bonnie!
Bonnie.
Hey Lights and Sea. Long time no see.
Wow, Lights.
How you been? So I figure I could make another piece then for what's it called? FairyCon.
This is a really great thing. A really great, I don't know what these are called, but it's like one of those things where it's like...
Oh my god, what?
It's like an infographic, but it says, should you be practicing right now? And then it's like, are you a student? Yes. And then you follow down the, like you answer it.
Are they all answered like...
All of them is keep practicing, keep practicing.
Yeah, I figured.
Is there someone better than you? No. Find someone better than you, and then keep practicing. But it's got like Bruce Lee, so it's really cool.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Still don't let them influence you though. They're on a different route than you are.
Oh, I'd like to see you went to a LuxCon. How was that?
Yeah! How was that? I haven't been to that yet. I've been to Spectrum, but I haven't been to a LuxCon. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what the difference is in terms of who goes where. You know what I mean? Like, what denotes an LuxCon artist as opposed to a Spectrum artist? You know, and I thought I knew. I thought it basically came down to Magic the Gathering. I was like, well, most Magic artists are at, Spectrum, where the other ones are at, LuxCon, but...
Does anyone want to see what my table setup looked like in... I don't even know what
Only
this
if you can show what it looks like now.
Oh.
You need to show a before and after. What year was that?
Fuck, I don't even know. It was ASEN...
Gabe, you don't even have a banner. But I like your pants. I would yell at you so bad.
Alright, wait, you guys gotta see this. I'm so awesome.
I could see that, Lights. I always thought LuxCon was a little bit more serious even than Spectrum. I don't know. It seemed harder to get into that group.
Mm-hmm.
At least to me.
I think because everyone there has to have real
credentials?
No, you have to have pieces of art.
Well, so does Spectrum. If you think of the Gerards and
right, but
Alan.
what I mean is you gotta have your whatchamacallit, you gotta have it's all gotta be traditional because you can't they don't sell prints there.
Yeah. Well, I bet you could sell prints, but I bet their emphasis is more on old school.
Yeah.
Hey, Laura.
Laura, there's a picture of my booth set up now.
Laura asked a good question. I'll get to that in a minute. Gabe, what were you talking about to make that face?
That's the face where it's I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea why I made that face. I'm big on making ugly faces when I'm taking photos.
He makes ugly faces all the time.
So that when I do get a good looking photo, then it's it's like getting really shitty burgers all the time, and then you have a really good one, and you're like, yo, this is why I eat burgers.
This is the second time in a row I think you've made it an analogy and used burgers.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though?
I think he wants a burger.
I've got these things. I've got 3 of them on my table, which is nuts.
That is weird.
And
Laura,
Pokemon.
maybe it's because I was dead and now I'm alive again. I probably look a lot fatter. For anybody that wasn't here yesterday, I'll show you real quick. I was just dressed as what I called an undead elf, I guess, but an elf skeleton. But Gabe was Chansey, so I mean, there's that. So if anybody wasn't here yesterday, you got these. Look at this. Look at this. He's got his egg too. So anyway, I ended up looking more like a Dia de los Muertos skull, I guess. I don't know. It was totally not on purpose to look like that, but I guess just having the tassel covered hood just made it, I don't know, that with the flower crown. I wore this flower crown, and in accordance with that and the skull, bam, indirectly. Like, I hope I didn't offend anyone. I guess I could use you as an example if I'm like, well, my boyfriend's...
I'll just tell them that I told you to do it.
Either way. Yeah, Chansey's dreads, right? Nice cactus. Funny enough, it took me about a half an hour to put on that makeup because it was just, honestly, it was really crappy dollar store makeup. And it did not last long. Like, if you were here yesterday, I think we streamed only for 2.5 hours. And by the end of it, it was just melting off my face. Like, it did not last. But that's basically as much as we did to celebrate Halloween. But, I don't know. It's funny either way, I feel. But it was fun. I hope you guys had fun, too. At least I didn't hear any terrible horror stories. Like, we were at the... Hey, Emily! We were at the gym today. And I was somewhat afraid I would hear some bad news about, oh, Halloween night, blah, 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 you know, this person got killed, and da, da, da. Luckily, I didn't hear any of that. It was all political, though. I saw about 5 political ads in a row today. And I just, I don't know. It sucked. Is the Alice Cooper way? Well, then, Serenity, you could probably cosplay the Crow pretty easily. Because it's basically Alice Cooper, honestly. How you doing today, How do I want to do this mouse's tail? Yeah, by a lock and a sock, apparently. I know elections are next week. It's just I get so tired of the political ads when elections are near. Ugh. I hate it. Hate it so much.
I think you can. I can't talk. It's crazy because now it's gotten a lot worse on like YouTube. Like you can't take a step without getting a political ad right before watching a video.
Oh yeah.
And you can't skip them either.
No.
So you're better off just refreshing a bunch of times until you see one that says skip ad.
I mean, it's I like the fact that we don't watch TV anymore because that's all you see is stuff like that. And if it's not that, it's something for food or whatever that, you know, usually we don't even eat. So I'm just tired of commercials in general, let alone political ads, which are just, I'm over it. Oh, went on a nice hike. That sounds great. That's so weird. Ooh, Emily, that's a good idea.
Oh, can you really, Bunny? Can I edit it to where I just see just puppy ads? That's it. I have a feeling no one's been told this.
Yeah, Bunny, that's crazy. How'd you find that?
Bunny probably got sick and tired of the same shit. Decided to do something about it.
I could see that.
And then somebody was like, wait, no, you don't have to take down YouTube. You just do this. Oh. Okay.
Take down YouTube?
Like, just go back in time and destroy YouTube before it was born.
Oh, yeah, because it's that easy.
Sometimes.
Oh.
I mean, do you remember Shazam?
Nope.
With Shaq? No, you don't. Because somebody did that.
That's crazy. Yeah, we'll have to look for that. Oh, Emily, cute.
That's great.
So what is a baby book? Is that just where you kind of, it's like a scrapbook of just the baby, for the baby, by the baby, to the baby?
Or maybe she's gonna go get pictures drawn of her baby.
Oh, bye, Serenity.
Bye. Before it's born.
Gabe, what?
You get like pictures of pictures for the baby before it's born.
Pictures for the baby?
Yeah, like she has people drawing it.
Yeah, but a baby book in general is usually for scrapbooks. Like it's
Oh, no.
scrapbooking.
Sniggle, no. It's not made of baby.
Oh.
Though I guess at some point you could maybe glue the first tooth in there, maybe.
Well, then they're gonna know at some point that there's no tooth fairy. You can't do that unless you say, "Oh, I made a deal with the tooth fairy so I could keep it because it meant too much to me."
I made a tooth. A deal with the tooth fairy.
Yeah, because I mean, you could find your own questions to ask yourself about your baby, right? I mean, Pinterest, that's all Pinterest is for, right? I mean, ugh, my hair's already coming apart. I'm sorry. You're not keeping her teeth. Oh, have you guys figured out a name yet? I see you already know the gender. "3D smiles." Yeesh.
I think what's crazy is sometimes like you don't even find the teeth. You're like, what the hell happened?
Oh, they swallow them.
Yeah, it's like maybe in the middle of the night, or it's just like they ate it, the
Well,
food.
They're supposed to usually, like, do you remember this? You're supposed to, like, when they fall out during the day, you take them and you give them to, you know, mom and dad, and then they're like, "Oh, you got to put it under your pillow." It's like only if you're asleep and they come out, you could, you know, swallow them accidentally.
Right.
I remember having that total fear when I was losing my teeth that I would swallow it and choke.
Oof.
I thought I'd choke and die. But I was always that kind of kid where I was a little touch morbid just out of fear. You know? Like I'd always be a little bit fearful that I was going to die from something around the corner. But they're all going in the trash. I kept all my wisdom teeth after those went out. Those are gross. Like, wisdom teeth are nasty because they're huge. But it's kind of cool, too. I don't know. An Edward Gorey story. Basically, I mean...
Did you say you got to keep yours? Is that what you said?
Well, you ask them.
Oh.
You say before, "Oh, I want to keep them." Because the problem is, a lot of them, they have to break.
Yeah, that's what happened
They
to
have to
mine.
crack them, and then they wedge them out. But
Yeah.
a tooth mouse? Oh, I'm writing that down. Really? That's that makes so much more sense.
Yeah, way more sense.
Tooth mouse. Plus, teeth have calcium, so, you know, maybe the mouse needs calcium.
You can use them as like a helmet
Oh
or
my
something.
god, Emily, that just made my day as I'm drawing a mouse, right? Yeah, break them, tooth. Ugh, I should have moved this entire thing over. I don't know, Sniggle. Tooth mouse. I don't know how I could make that visual cute though, because a mouse just with a human tooth is kind of weird. Plus, I hate putting humans in my animal stories. I try to keep humans completely out of it because I am not a fan of humans. So all my animal stories are basically purely animal stories. I need a grasshopper. Does he have a name, Emily? Like the tooth mouse? Or is it just tooth mouse in French?
Hippo tooth. That would that'd be one hell of a tooth.
Kukui the tooth mouse? Because he's a boogeyman? I will draw Kukui someday, but it's gotta be when I get more time. Pink fairy costume. La petite souris. Cute!
Huh?
Oh. Laura, what's the Perez mouse? Is that different? Because that's in Spanish, right? I remember raton.
El
being-
ratón Pérez.
Yeah. Ratoncito.
El ratoncito.
Little rat. I'm gonna have to look that up because that sounds adorable. Also, I want you guys to know that grasshoppers basically have little built-in suit coats. I don't know if you know this, but if you look at one, it's basically, I don't know how to say it. It's not like a bolero. Oh, yeah, okay. No, it's kind of like a bolero. It just doesn't go around their arms, but it's really cute. No, don't make them afraid of mice, Sniggle. Mice are wonderful. No. Tell them that a Nazi will come take all their teeth, so they hate Nazis. Apparently we need more people to dislike Nazis.
Apparently
Not enough people know it's bad.
That's a problem, apparently.
Thanks, America.
Let me dress my kid up as Adolf.
I don't know what goes through a person's mind. Doesn't make any sense to me. It's like they think they're being funny.
Well, I feel like also maybe it's like, hey, all my other supremacist friends will think this is funny. And it's like, oh wait, I forgot the internet. Shit.
Hey, Kira! What's up?
Kira.
Gabe?
Sorry, it was like my throat.
No, not the mouse. Well, lights. Let's see. The figure. Are you saying human figures? Because honestly, human figures, if you try to psych yourself out and make it so the human figure isn't freaky, just because, think about it, just tell yourself right out, humans are easier than animals. And I'll tell you why. Because man or female, right, male or female, it doesn't matter, they have the same makeup. They have the same bones, bone structure, everything. You just have to take things and stretch them a certain way, stretch proportions, and it's the same. So if you learn one of them, you'll learn the other one, basically. And you can kind of study musculature, but I highly suggest, unless you're going to go for hyperrealism, that you don't get caught up in like learning all the muscles and all the bones and how they connect and stuff. You don't need to really know that. Just kind of lightly study, you know, how something, one muscle goes into the next one on the outside, unless you're doing a lot of morbid art and you're, you know, showing insides of things as well as outsides. But I'm saying, like, if you don't like drawing humans, don't draw humans. Like, humans have been okay in terms of translating them into animals because I do a lot of bipedal animals, but for the most part I need to know more about the animal and how it would stand, you know, straight up when it's got like inverted knees or something, right? things like that. But animals are so much more difficult than humans by a million. And I described this on Gabe's channel yesterday. But a bird and all the species of bird, right, are different from dogs and all the species of dog. And crocodiles, totally different. Some have completely different bone structures, completely different bones. Some don't even have bones. Vertebrates versus invertebrates, right? There's so much more variation with animals. I think animals are infinitely harder than humans. And it's funny because when you draw animals, a lot of the time people just think you can't draw humans, or they think you suck at it. And it's like, no, I can draw one, but I think they're boring, you know? So, I mean, if you want to start drawing the figure, just start doing it. And figure out a way for you to remember how to draw it. Because a lot of the time, I think even for Gabe and I, when we were taught how to draw the figure, it didn't really click with us, right? The way we were being taught, it's like, I don't feel this. Like, I don't get this. The only way you're going to figure out how you draw the figure is just to draw it a bunch and figure out and be cognizant while you're drawing it what's actually working for you, right? When you look at someone, what parts of them are easier for you to kind of pinpoint and draw? Like maybe some people like doing the outline in the silhouette of people. Other people like drawing the bone first and then kind of doing a loose structure on top of it. Like when I draw humans, I do usually do like, you know, just a head. And I don't even draw the neck anymore. I usually don't even draw the neck. I draw the torso, which is basically the rib cage plus the hip area a little bit, and then I draw kind of this underwear section here, right? And then I kind of figure out their stance, where their weight's distributed, right? And okay, so their foot's going out this way, this foot's going to be a little bit higher into the back, and they're going to have their weight like this, right? So once you've done that, find the middle, that's their knee. You want something going like this, some back and forth, right? It's like once you figure it out and you can play with it so much, it's just whatever, you know? And you can just kind of eyeball it and go from there. And then once you know this, you can kind of put any animal in this, you know, pose too. Just go from there, figure it out. Where are they looking? Oh, their eyes are like this. Their nose is here, their mouth's here. Maybe they're like this. And then you kind of, you know, it's like whatever, man. But I never really did the whole where they tell you, okay, draw the head, draw the neck, do this, and then section it, and then section it again, and then draw the cylinder, sphere, cylinder, you know. And I think too many people get caught up in this where it ends up looking so rigid. You got to figure out what works for you to remember. And that's why I'm saying, like, I just combine this, put this here, like, you know, and that's how I remember now. And you only get to that point after you've done it a bunch. But none of that did I need to know what a deltoid was, or a trapeze, and your, you know, glutes. You know, I know where your glutes are, but you know what I mean? It's like you don't need to know the nitty gritty. You, honestly, as an artist, the most important thing you need to know is what you like and what you don't like. And that's going to help shape your styles. Yeah, styles, not just a style. And how you attack everything from that point on. And when I say attack, I mean seeing something and then drawing it. Knowing how you work is probably one of the most important things you can learn. Because once you figure out how you work and how you learn, you can draw anything. The problem with any of these how to draw books is that that's how that artist learns. And that's the toughest thing. And that's honestly what's wrong with our educational system, too, is we're only teaching one way. When people learn a million different ways. Some people are visual. Some people need, you know, more logic. Some people need numbers. You know, that's why we have so many different personality types. Same goes for art. There are so many different types of artists. A lot of them are airheaded, right? Or just kind of go for it. But that's their how they learn. They're just kind of going for it, right? I'm more analytical. I like knowing why something works the way it does, but I don't like overthinking things, so I don't go too far into it. So I'll research it and figure out, well, it works this way because of this thing, and this thing needs to be there, this thing doesn't work. And then I work that in, but I do it my own way, right? So you need to figure that out about yourself. Like, do you want to be super articulate and accurate, or do you kind of just like being loose about it, you know? And figure out what you like doing in that case, because that's going to be one of the hardest hurdles you're going to have. Like Gabe with how he does his paintings drives me nuts. He doesn't plan a damn painting. Like all those little gouache paintings he does on his stream, I'm like, so what are you going to paint today? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Big come out.
But I'm going to say this, and he's going to agree with it. I know it, that because he doesn't always plan, some of them come out moshed.
Yeah.
Because his brain can't figure out what it was trying to do on a couple, and you can always tell which ones those are. And that's why I say, maybe try to think a little bit more about that one, you know, and what's actually going on, or else it's just going to be kind of a blurb. But that's kind of an old school way of working on it, I think, you know. Hey, Osmo! Cookie-chan, hi! Oh, Sagi's here. Hi, Sagi!
Happy birthday, Soggy.
Happy birthday yesterday, Sagi! Give me the thing. Soggy. Isn't this so cheesy? It's awful. Anyway, happy birthday, Soggy! Yeah, what does the mouse leave behind?
The plague.
Oh no, that's rats. Oh, thank you, Akira. I wear the flower crown basically every stream. I have a couple, but this one is like the easiest one to wear, but thank you. Yeah, but did they leave coins? Sorry, I'm catching up in chat. Oh, leave little toys? Cool!
Even better.
Fire Seal, I like your obese dragons.
They do not need to go to the workout at all.
And Lights and Sea, I feel like, you know, thinking that about the figure in, like, if you're in the wrong classroom, you're gonna be just crucified, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at a college classroom where you've got an older teacher that learned the figure a certain way and all this stuff, and if you're like, I don't want to draw this way, you're going to be seen as a bad student, and that's not how it should be. You know, I think however you learn it is going to be the way you want to do art, and that's what art's about, doing things the way you want to. It's weird,
but I guess that's going to be art as it is. Like, people are going to be like, no, this is how art should be done, and then other people will be like, no. And I think the only real smart answer to it is just let them do whatever the hell they want to do. It's art.
That's art, yeah.
Even if it's somebody like...
Hi, screenwriter.
Even if it's somebody just like pooping on a canvas and then throwing it up on a wall. Like, to some people that's going to be art. To other people it's going to be like, what is wrong with you?
Agreed, Bunny. They do been funny. Oh no, Lights. Well, you know, you can practice them so that they don't look as scary as you're saying they are, but you gotta do it your own way, you know? It's doing, that's what studies are for, and I feel like for some reason, artists tell other artists to do studies, and then those people interpret it as, oh, I just have to draw this thing 1,000,000 times. You know, you can draw something like 5 times, and if you're not paying attention, you won't learn anything. You have to pay attention to what you're drawing. Actually look at, like, when, so the example, the reason I can draw wheat from memory, right? It's because I've drawn it probably 4 or 5 times. But when I've done each time, I've looked at every point of it, and I'm like, what makes this wheat? Well, it has a braid-like structure, okay? Not only that, but at the top, it has these little points that kind of come off it, off each kernel thing, right? I don't even know what they're called. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. That's a point that I don't need to worry about. I just need to know that each one has these, and then they kind of clump together as they meet in the middle. They have these folds almost, right? And then at the top, I usually embellish it a little bit because this is art, and if I want to do this, I can, and I put little things at the top, right? So there are things that make something very much what it is, and that's what you need to actually be focusing on when you're studying something. When you're looking at something, like, let's say burlap, okay? You've got burlap in front of you, and you've got silk. What makes one different than the other so that if you're, let's say, inking them, how are you going to make the burlap look different than the silk, right? Well, burlap has that texture where it's like woven, right? It's like a little basket. It's like that. So you have to draw it like that, and usually, when it's intertwining and going over and under, it's going to have those little shadows. It's also it frays easily. So you have to make sure, every so often you work in the fray, right? And then silk. Silk is honestly almost the same template and the same material, like science-y look, I guess, as metal. It's just flowy. So if you can apply what you've learned from metal, if you learn how to actually shade metal, you can apply that to silk. Silk has a lot of high contrast places where it changes direction, right? So if you've got fabric that's got folds and changing direction and it's silk, you basically treat it like it's metal, but the fact that it's silk and it's a thinner fabric, and if you show that with your lines, then you apply the texture of metal to it, it's basically silk.
And there's no scratches in silk.
Not usually, unless it's beaten up, then you fray some areas. Hi, Kev! Thank you, Kira. You're welcome, Lights. I just feel like a lot of people are trying to teach too many things that are too difficult for people to learn, where they should be teaching you how to learn, not exactly what to learn. And I think that's the problem with school. And I'm sorry I'm not very articulate today. I'm kind of, I don't know why. Usually on Thursdays on my streams, I'm fried mentally, just because I've been doing a lot of work during the week, so I'm just like, but, Does anybody have any funny stories from Halloween? So I'm going to be drawing this basket in a minute, and I've drawn lots of baskets. So in the past, with all the baskets I've drawn, I've taken from each one of the baskets I've drawn the things that I like most about them, and that becomes the basket I like to draw. So for me, there was a time where I found this one basket that had this ribbing across the top like this, and I really, really like that. It's like somewhat angled, and each one's chunky. It's like they took rope and coiled it at an angle, and I really like that. So I kept that part of that basket. I didn't maybe like the rest of that, but the rest of the basket, how it was woven and all that crap, but I enjoyed how they did the top of it. So I logged that in my visual library to use later. And then the rest of the basket, I really enjoy really thick weaving, like really thick pieces. A lot of baskets will be really thin, and they'll be really just tiny and intricate, super intricate. And as I like those, they don't really suit my style very much, because my style is a lot more simplified and kind of childlike. So that's almost intricate to a fault, where you don't need to do that. So what I do instead is I do a couple weavings, but I chunk them out, I make them huge. And I do a little grid here usually first, but I'll take a couple, usually threes. And this is an illustration technique. It's repeating patterns. And when you can do repeating patterns, usually this is going to be, it's more graphical. So when you have like a graphic design course or something, they teach you these sort of things and why this is important and what this can do. So usually you use it with a lot of foliage and grass and such. My friend cut my finger with a sword. Are they really your friend?
That's no friend.
Oh, thank you, Akira. Oh, you got a blood blister? Oh! I always just imagine popping blood blisters.
Oh god.
Oh, weird cactus. At your Harry Potter party? That's like... That's crazy. I suppose that's gonna become one of those songs that's just a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Like, I could see them eventually playing it at, like, a wedding.
Weddings.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
When a song reaches a wedding, that's like, alright, you're
it.
not gonna probably listen to it in your free time anymore.
So in the next, like, in 10 years, all the kids that grew up with that shit,
Yeah.
they're gonna, like, oh my god, we have to play the song. Mom, put it on. Oh, no.
And so Kev, that's funny, because everything else I learned by trial and error, too many people are calling that self-taught. And when, like, Gabe and my worst thing, like, we hate when we see this on people's profiles. And if you have this on your profile, I highly suggest you get rid of it. If anywhere you say that you're a self-taught artist, any professional artist is going to kind of laugh at you. Because any real artist is self-taught, 100%. Even if you've had classes, you're still self-taught. If you're a good artist who takes it seriously, and whether you're a professional or a hobbyist, it doesn't matter. You've been self-taught to an extent. And sure, maybe you've had classes, but the classes aren't making you learn. You're making you learn. So your art level reflects that you're self-taught. Does that make sense?
It's something that I think artists say to make themselves sound cooler.
It does, yeah. It's they're doing it to sound like, oh, I'm driven and, blah, blah, blah. And look, I did this all myself. And it's like, well, every artist does all this, like, by themselves. Like, self-taught is just silly to say. Because, like I said, if you're good, you're obviously self-taught. So, hope that... Okay, I guess that applies to Akira. So, you get what I'm saying, right? Like, it's different if it's a completely technical thing. Like, if you're a programmer, let's say, and you say you're self-taught, that's a completely different altogether. That's so different, because that can be actually, like, quantified. Like, you can be graded, it's mathematical, right? So you can actually be taught that, right? So when you're self-taught and you've never had a coding class, that's nuts. Like, my ex-husband was a programmer, and if he knew what he knew based on just going out and learning it, that's almost genius level stuff, because you can't really learn that easily on your own. You need, like, classes and ramp up. Art's different. Music is different. Anything that's kind of like an art is different than that, Oh, I gotcha, Akira. That makes sense. But you guys know what I mean, right? What we mean. It's just one of those things, like, if you say it, it's like you shouldn't have to say it, Like, it'll be apparent that you're self-taught.
Oh, man, there's just...
What?
The one thing I hate about ads sometimes is that you can't, like, you can't click to see the ad itself, and you can't redo the ad. You can't, like, refresh the ad. So if there's a specific ad that you actually liked for once, you can't, like, rewind it. Does that make sense?
I think that's just being attentive to what you're seeing.
But, so, somebody did an ad, and it's got, I don't know where you might have seen him, but it's this actor from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and he's like an idiot, right? He's like the Andy on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, and he's like, he's like, hey everybody, you should vote for me. And like somebody throws a football at him off screen, and he's like, oh, he misses it, and he's like, anyways, and he's just pretending to be the thing, and it's like it says vote for your state rep so you don't get Steve, you know, and this guy is Steve. And then like they throw the ball at him again, and he misses it. And he's like, oh, all right. So anyways, vote for me.
So it's just urging people to vote.
Yeah, just go vote so you don't get this idiot. Yeah.
So you were mad because you didn't see the ad to retain it?
Yeah, like I can't rewatch this ad.
You can if you know the actor's name and say this actor's name in the ad.
Yeah, you're right.
Gabe, you're smarter than that. Come on. I was born capable of this.
I was born.
Gabe, I was tempted to buy that comic book I sent you a pic of because it was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, no, don't give money to DC. I'm not for that stuff.
What
it was a comic of who was it? A Deadshot? Wait, he sent it to me on here so I can pull it up for you.
I am taught by Google image search. You know, and that's being self-taught. You just shouldn't say that because it's really basically like saying, I teach myself stuff. And any person would be like, well, I hope you do. Right? I mean, I hope you learn things.
Look. Deathstroke and Yogi Bear.
Oh, no. That's stupid.
And Yogi Bear looks so awful.
He looks terrible. He doesn't... Who did the art for that?
Now I gotta find out and be like, homie, what were you doing?
Don't buy that, Soggy. That's garbage.
I mean, it's funny as hell, but I'm sure it is. I hope it's supposed to be a funny comic, but I didn't know that DC was doing funny shit.
Fire Seal. Yes. Do you not self-educate? I learned things. What? Oh no, Kev, did you read it though? Is it good?
Oh yeah, we should have asked Kev, I guess.
Yeah, if Kev knows.
Yeah.
So, Soggy, you can ask Kev usually his comic recommendations because he owns a comic shop. So, you know, he knows it's good and bad and whatever, but that's so weird. Why Yogi? Like, out of all the... That's what I want to know. Are they trying to bring back Yogi Bear somehow?
I don't want them to.
Well, why do they need to? That's the other thing. Like, what?
I don't know. But it's such a scary drawing.
Oh, show Sniggle the comic cover. It doesn't look right.
Just have Soggy send it to you.
No, just go put the link in.
No, there was no link. He sent it to me in my story. I guess I can find it. Never mind.
Yeah, Gabe. You're irritating me today. Do a Yogi Bear Deadshot cover. Like, find it. It should be easy. Doesn't it look ridiculous, Sniggle? Like, Yogi has no expression. It's just like, what?
Oh, see, now this is a lot better.
But the weird thing, Akira, is the nostalgia. I get the trying to reap in on and cash in on nostalgia, but Yogi is such a weird one. Like, he wasn't as popular as Scooby-Doo or anything. Like, he's this random, like, not as popular cartoon. It's like, what's that other cartoon, too? Snagglepuss. How many of you remember Snagglepuss? And if you don't, that's what I'm saying. Like, there was another thing. A mom posted, like, her picture went viral because she had her kids dressed up as Raggedy Ann and Andy. And I barely remember Raggedy Ann and Andy. And I'm like, you know, how many people are going to actually remember who they are? Y'all are fine, I found it.
I don't even know if that was a show. Was it a show?
Snagglepuss? Or
No,
Raggedy Ann and
Raggedy,
Andy?
yeah. Or was it just dolls?
It might have just been books. No, see, I don't even remember.
I think it was a whole, like, thing. I know they were dolls.
It's just, I don't know. But yeah, what's Yogi's expression there? Is he confused? Is he worried?
Oh?
I can't tell if he's confused or worried. He looks like he's passing behind Deadshot without knowing who Deadshot is with his picnic basket that he most likely stole. Why isn't he the villain? Or is he? He steals things. He's a bad guy.
But then check this one out.
I'm so confused.
This one's even better though. This one's actually cool because then it just shows him as like scary.
Emily, I feel like at least like Dr. Seuss is more popular, or it was and still is. I mean, if they still have like Grinch properties and there's a Grinch Broadway musical, like this stuff is still around, so I could see that still being in circulation. But Yogi Bear and Raggedy Ann and Andy, are furries still a trend?
Yes.
Furries aren't so much a trend as they are a people. Like, does the community still exist? I'd say yeah. It looks like Deathstroke is trying to... Yeah, in this one it looks like he's just fighting a bear. Like, the tie doesn't even help. But in the first one, it looks like Deathstroke is trying to help Yogi through the woods, like cutting up all the vines. Like, here, buddy, I'll help you through your own woods. It's like, what? That's probably true, Emily. Like, the ones I only know about because, well, I know about Green Eggs and Ham. That I don't think that ever turned into an animated anything. I know about the Lorax. The Cat in the Hat stuff, I didn't want to watch the Mike Myers movie because I knew I would feel embarrassed. And I don't want Mike Myers to embarrass me. I really don't.
Beat that me.
I have too, Akira. It's funny, like, just because I draw animals and clothing, people think I'm a furry, and I'm like, no, because there's a difference between that style that is anthro furry, and they usually have anime eyes, and they're, you know, buff and taut, and, you know, they're kind of sexualized. My stuff, I mean, no one would call Beatrix Potter a furry. And that's what I usually say. I'm like, no, I'm not a furry. And they're like, how aren't you? I'm like, well, do you know who Beatrix Potter is? They're like, yeah. Would you call that furry art? Oh, no. How am I furry art? You know, just because I have some bipedal animals, that doesn't mean it's furry. Come on. Come on. I've heard of Yertle the Turtle, Emily, but I didn't read it.
What? That sounds awesome. Yertle the Turtle.
Hey, Mayfox! Also, Mayfox, I got your stuff, so I'll be sending you that post-Twitch stuff.
Which one's the one where they, like, keep building bigger and bigger weapons over their fence? Have you seen that one?
I don't think that's real.
No, that's a real one. And, like,
Hey, Desperado!
I think he wrote it during the Cold War.
Oh, wow. Okay, so if you type in furry and you just look at that style in Google Images, I get people coming up to me all the time that say, you know, do you draw furries? Are you into furries? Just because I draw animals. But this is not what I draw, guys. Like, there is a distinct style. If you look at all these, even the cats have big, like, snouts. Like, there's totally a style to this. And Gabe and I think it actually started from all the 90s cartoons.
Balto.
Like, Balto, Tailspin, I'll even say Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, that sort of stuff. But they took it and they added anime to it. And that feels like the anthro culture. See, right, Fire Seal? Like, if you Google it, you get things that aren't appropriate, and all you did was write furry. So then what does that tell you? Like, it's a little bit... if I were a furry, I totally wouldn't be in that side of it, but I am not... I don't like that art style. And that's what I see it as. It's just mainly an art style, with an emphasis on sexuality. You know? Yeah, it absolutely has a whole lifestyle. I get furries coming up to me at cons who take off their giant heads, and they're like, do you ever go to furry cons? You'd make so much money at furry cons. And I'm like, I don't do furry art. And they're like, no, I know, but it's close enough. You know, it's got animals. I'm like, no. Because I've done commissions for people who are in the furry community, and I don't blanket any group. Okay, I make sure never to blanket any group regardless. I mean, unless it's racist. But I usually make it a point, don't blanket any group based on a few, right? So if I've had bad experiences with just a few furry people, I make sure not to carry that to the whole community, because that's not fair and it's not true. I'm sure there are great people in there, but the ones I've had, it's just, I don't take furry commissions really anymore, unless I have a very in-depth conversation with them that explains what I'm going to be doing with the picture. Otherwise, they seem to think I can just do the furry style, and that's not what I do. I'm like, it's gonna look like this. Like my art here, it's gonna look like this, and then they can usually figure out, oh, okay, so you're not gonna do the anthro style. I'm like, no. Oh no, Jazzy. Oh no. Thank you, Desperado. I don't think so either. But yeah, so it's weird to me. This is the only thing I think is a little hypocritical about the furry culture, is they're like, oh, it's not sexual, it's not based on any of that. But if you Google it, why do you get so much, like, bad stuff, you know? But exactly, Cactus. Let them do whatever they're gonna do as long as they don't affect me. I'm fine with it, you know? And I talk to them at cons all the time. Like, there's always furry people at every con. And that's fine. That's their place to wave their flag, and just like anybody else there, right? It's totally fine. But when I take on a commission after I've told them what to expect, and this goes for anybody, you know, if I tell them what to expect and they agree to that, and then I show it to them and they're unhappy, it's like, I told you. You know, furry or not, I warned you.
I told you.
Oh, Gabe, you should link for Soggy that Infinity War thing we laughed really hard at.
Right.
He'd probably appreciate that. That's the other thing, yeah, Sniggle. Yeah. And you're right too, Akira. It's so weird. It's the same as just when you go to an anime con. Like, anime cons still are a lot different than Comic Cons with who's dressed as what and what anime at its core is kind of portraying. Because a lot of the girls are underage and they're dressed really sexual, and then you see this in real life, and it's weird. It's kind of the same thing as the furry culture. So, yeah, the fact it's inclusive is also, like you're saying, it's a bad thing. It's good and it's bad. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I just want to double check what I think of wheat. As I draw this wheat. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Because wheat almost looks like little corn cobs, but they're sticking out instead of being very organized. Gabe, did you make sure that's public?
Yeah, it's on somebody else's thing.
Okay. Yeah, I feel you, Akira. I mean, I would never think less of somebody if they were like, I'm a furry, if I knew them and, like, you know, whatever. It's who you are, not what you're into, right? As long as, I mean, you know, you're a nice person and you're not hurting people, you know, or you're not getting real deviant, you know? I don't know. Just be a good damn person, please. That's all I'm concerned about. Oh, I went backwards on that. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I screwed up. Okay. So I have a braid hack I do for braids and things like braids that I'm doing here with this now. I call it the Y. And it's basically, and I confuse myself sometimes when I do it, but if you want to do anything, like make a Y like that, have a line, go to the middle of the line, draw a line off that. Go this one, middle, draw a line off it. Middle, line off. And this works really well for braids. Don't ever do the zigzag junk. I don't care who taught you the zigzag, it's fucking wrong. Okay? The best thing about the Y is the fact that you can have any sort of, like, curl it around and do all sorts of things with it. You can shape it however you want. Just make sure that this line stays in the middle of it and then go off of it like that. And it's, you know, you're going to be fine. And then just connect it. And then if you shade it correctly, you'll be fine. Right? So if you shade in here, wherever it meets at the bottom, it's going to look correct, right? So I do shortcuts because hacks usually mean you don't know what you're doing, but you fudge it till it looks right. That's more of a, yeah, do the Y. The Y is the way to go. The Y is the way. Bye, Fire Seal!
Bye!
Oh, that's awesome, Emily. Yeah, a tire would make for a really good dragon, actually. This guy's gonna be eating a blackberry. I'm going to, at least for a bit. What are you gonna do, Kev? Oh, like T-O-O? You're going as well? Alright, have a good day, man. Okay, this part takes some time to get used to doing because you have to be aware of which way your patterns are going right away. So if this is going diagonal, this is going up and down, this is going left and right. This one should probably be going at it again. And over here, and do this. And then I'm drawing lightly, so later on I can actually shade it correctly. This one up and down. But I really liked the basket I saw once that looked like this. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Emily. Yeah, I want to see that. That sounded cool. So up, down, left, right, left, right. This one. And this is one of those times where Twitch is actually working against me because I have to focus. That's probably true, Akira. That makes a lot of sense. Hold on, I'm gonna sharpen my pencil, so I'm gonna mute the microphone. Yeah, I suppose they'd have to have pretty specific rules then to actually pinpoint who's a good and who's a bad. Yeah, how would you even do that? I mean, if people are wearing costumes even. That's the other thing that's scary. You can't see anyone's actual face. So that's always a problem because there's no identification if someone actually does something inappropriate. What are you gonna say? They were the purple wolf with green stripes? Oh, how many of those do you think there are? Probably a ton. That's where that gets scary. Because then if anything happened to you, you wouldn't be able to really, you know, identify anyone. That's freaky, man. working on, Gabe?
I'm trying to put together this thing.
You gonna work on Patrick later then?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been trying to actually break people's idea that judgment's bad. Because judgment at its core is actually, and hear me out for this, alright? I know that sounded bad at first because you're not used to hearing that. Judgment is in place so that we protect ourselves, that we become cautious of things, that things have red flags that make us go, wait a minute. So, like, if you saw people walking around with white hats that are pointy, right? You're going to judge that, I hope. You know?
At least you're going to
like,
think twice.
I'm going to stay away from that area right now or report it, okay? That's what being judgmental, I think, is supposed to be for. Not for saying, oh, you wear Adidas and not Reebok, and I'm going to judge your character based on what you're wearing. That's bad, right? That's shallow. But when you're actually judging, like, what's dangerous and what's not, and things like that, being judgmental is good. So I think having judgment in general, like, we've kind of lost the idea that it is good in certain circumstances because it's supposed to be, you know? It's for, you know, you like this passion and I don't? How dare you? Bye, Lights!
Bye,
It's
Lights.
good to see ya. I mean, obviously being judgmental about, you know, the way someone lives or what they're wearing, that's stupid. Especially if they're not hurting anyone. You know, don't be that. Just because they want to live a certain way. But if they start hurting people or themselves, stuff like that, obviously that's bad. But, I mean, it's just, what's the word? Just having good judgment, I think, is a thing. But all judgment has gotten this connotation of being bad. When really, I don't think it's bad. It's just, you have to know what to judge. When. Hey, Eric's! What's up? Because I think when you run into that problem, Akira, of no judgment, that's when it gets scary. Because then anybody can come into it, and like you said, that might have actually hurt their community overall. Because they have a really bad reputation now, you know? Let's see, I'm trying to figure out what kind of outfit I want to do for him. Let's do this. Judging people for liking pineapple on pizza. And I think that's a cute, fun one. You know, we can razz each other for stuff like that. Like, I have no comment on that. People like what they like. I'm a green olives person. Some people think green olives are abhorrent. Like Gabe. He would never touch a green olive. So, I mean, we all have preferences, but as long as they don't affect us on our daily basis or hurt us or anything, who cares? It's good we each are different, you know? This is the celebrate your differences thing. Just because I like green olives on a pizza means you might get more of the pineapple pizza. That's a win, isn't it? There you go. And see, since I'm a vegetarian, Akira would get all the meat pizza. So there you go. See, that's celebrating differences, you know? And then maybe we get more breadsticks or something because we can't eat all the pizza or whatever. Like, it's things like that. Right? I just feel like, you know, if we thought of things in terms of pizza, the world would be a better place. Oh, Emily, not everybody likes them. Believe me. Isn't that weird? Some people don't like bitter or salty things. Like, Gabe hates pickled stuff, too.
Oh my god.
He can't stand it.
You know what? Last night, that sushi that you were talking about?
Yeah.
It was like too pickled.
Which sushi? Or do you mean the ginger?
No, the tofu packet thing. Remember, you were like, how do you not like pickled things? This is pickled. It was like the brown thing. The nori.
Yeah, the inari. But you said it was okay.
It was like, usually it's like, let's say there's like a pickle meter, right? And pickles are like 100%, right? So the inari is like, okay, it's a pass. You know, it's like a C, it's like a B plus. Like, I can handle it.
Yeah.
But last night, and then like pickles is like an F, failed, done, can't do it. Last night's was like D minus. I was almost like, I took a bite.
You should have given it to me.
Well, no, I took a bite out of one of them, and it was like that portion of it had been in the pickleness too long. So it was like,
that portion of it, please.
I don't like pickles.
Hi, Ushi.
The only pickle I like is Pickle Rick.
Happy birthday, Ushi.
Feliz cumpleaños, amigo.
Embarrassment time.
Quack, quack.
Uchi. Uchi.
Quack, quack.
This chick totally misses it every time.
Right?
Come on, get it right. See, Soggy hates pickles too.
Yo.
Oh, see, look at this. Everybody's blowing up now. Cornicon. Wait, are they like... Maybe they're called something different in America. I think they're just little dill pickles, right? The ones that are like this big that are made for like Bloody Marys and stuff, right? They're kind of sweet. I usually hate sweet pickles because I just like that really salty, bitter pickle taste. I don't know. What else though? Like, I like onions, garlic, pickles, olives. Gabe hates all these things. He hates it when I buy onions and stuff. But you know what? This is the celebrating your differences thing. So I get the entire jar of olives to myself.
Yep.
I remember growing up, my mom and I would fight over the olives. And I hated that because then you know, the last one and you don't get it. And it's like, darn it. Oh. Yes, Emily, I have had those. They're usually at barbecues here. When I've had them, they've been at barbecues. Oh, Jazzy doesn't like pickles either. What does Gabe even put on a pizza? Honestly, he just has cheese pizza.
Tater tots?
And if we get it from Topper's, tater tots.
Yeah, have you tried tater tots on that?
In the past, what we've done is ordered like a Papa John's pizza and then put our own like veggie meats on it, or I cut up my own olives and I'll put it on it. But Papa John's is great, and they offer green olives, which every pizza place should, especially if they're already giving people pineapple. Green olives predates pineapple on a pizza. Excuse you. So anyway. But yeah, we usually add our own stuff. But queso blanco is white cheese. It's usually really good. It's usually an appetizer at most restaurants, and it's usually with like artichoke dip too. Like, that's usually queso blanco. Really, Emily? Yeah, we've had them. At least to the barbecues I've been at, they've been on the side of like potato salad, stuff like that.
Ooh, vegetarian quiche.
Yeah, Gabe is pretty basic. That's why I like him, though.
Yeah. I'm telling you, then she gets all the good stuff.
I do. Agreed, Jazzy. And we usually can take our veggie bacon that's really good and we put that on it. So we work around everything. Just because we're vegetarians doesn't mean we don't load up on stuff. Oh, green olive snack packs.
What?
Oh my god. I just miss having plates of meat, cheese, and crackers. I used to love that.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I also really liked pinwheels.
It just sucks because that you like what? Sorry?
I knew that'd stop you up. Pinwheels had like deli meat, then cream cheese wrapped around a pickle.
Oh.
Yeah, they're a picnic food.
Yeah.
Does Gabe jalapenos?
Nah.
He doesn't like
State.
spice either. That's
Yeah.
another thing. You guys want to hate on Gabe today. He hates spice. He's Mexican, and he hates spice. He likes very bland things.
Don't like it.
And he hates pickled things.
Don't like it.
No. Where I don't mind a little spice, I don't like spice so much where it hurts or affects how I'm eating. So if it's way too spicy where I'm in pain, my nose is running, or my eyes are watering, that's too much. But a little bit of fire is alright. I'm okay with that. Yeah, he hates spice. I like this.
I just
This
don't
is fun.
understand the point to spice because it is very like
A little
what?
bit's good.
But I just don't get it. It's like
It's flavor when it's just a little. When it's a lot, it hurts. And I don't like food that hurts me.
that's what I mean. Like I don't understand. Like what's the point?
Like, I heard that come over here.
I know. I didn't even expect that. I apologize.
Yeah, don't do that right now. He's cutting apart plastic bits. So in terms of Buffalo Wild Wings, let's say, I like the mild sauce. Medium, I could do if I were dared, but I wouldn't do it for pleasure. And the crazier spices there, I just don't even touch. No. And I don't like sweet sauces. Like, I don't like barbecue sauce. I actually hate it for the most part. He likes barbecue.
Oh yeah. I think yeah. It's just a sweet.
Because it's fun, Emily. It's my stream. I can throw him under. He doesn't mind it either.
No.
Oh, bye, Sniggle.
Bye, Sniggle.
Have fun.
It's that sweetness that I like on my meals.
See, Asian Zing, though, that's a sweet spice. I don't like sweet sauces. I don't. I thought the one thing plants had overeaten was spice. Yeah, for the most part, right? He loves curry, though, but not hot curry.
Yeah.
Like, what is it, Japanese curry you like?
I like both of them.
But just not spicy?
Yeah, I mean, I've had the spicy curry, like the Thai curry.
Mm.
And sometimes it's all right, but yeah, sometimes it's like, well, now I'm not having any fun eating this, and I can't taste it because it's too damn
Jazzy,
hot.
oh my god. I love that. 80-degree ginger ale.
Ugh. Gross.
Soggy. Eric said yellow curry?
Yeah, yellow curry,
Yeah, he likes that stuff.
like with coconut milk and stuff.
Yeah, you've been a swear machine lately.
I know. Sorry.
We swear a lot, but I try not to swear on my stream. Just because I figure mine's more relaxed and friendly.
Wholesome.
I try not to get too worked up. Nightshade!
Nightshade.
Oh my god,
Oh.
times 14. See, what's up with this? Now, oh, this is my stream now. So, yesterday someone was your new stream king on your stream.
Oh,
You
right.
guys, look at this. Saber's almost gone on my stream, so somebody could be stream king here. Nightshade 14! Damn. I still owe you your one thing. It's probably gonna come after we move. I hope that's okay. So, 14 months. A damn. So what we're gonna do, I found him. He was hiding in a cubby. We're gonna do this, so think of a yes or no question to ask Hello Fortune. And then you get your 14 nub rubs. Make your wish. Oh! And you did the 200! Damn! Stream King Nightshade for the win. So Stream King... Oh, Bunny tried to get it! Ah! Thank you for the bits regardless, you guys. So Stream King is if you get follows, you get bits or donations. Donations hit really hard. And subs too. All those amount to points that hit the Stream King's HP. So you guys can fight and get the Stream King title, but anyway. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So sweet are the nub ropes. And the melancholy clover. Dun, dun, dun. And don't you worry, you guys, like, in the next year, I swear to God, I'm gonna upgrade all this junk. Like, I'm so tired of my Twitch overlay, it's driving me mad. When I get a chunk of time, which I'm hoping at the end of December, I can just overhaul this. For the most part, I think it'll stay the same in terms of template, but I'm gonna like crazy some stuff out, have some gifts, probably be a little annoying, but I don't care. You tried to snipe me? Oh, bye, Soggy.
Bye, dude.
Thanks for coming. Bunny was like, no. Why would I do that? Bunny. How dare. You tried to snipe me? Oh yeah, Nightshade, how did trick-or-treating go as a unicorn? You know what my favorite thing is about Twitch, you guys? When you guys all become friends and you start asking each other, like, about how your days were and stuff, that always makes me feel really good.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I like that. It's like creating a world that kind of takes over itself. It's really cool.
It's The Sims.
It's The Sims. It's The Sims.
And
We
sometimes we
just
gotta
don't
come
make
in.
houses.
They're like, you gotta go poop. Go poop.
Yeah. Take out the ladder. I feel like that should have been a shirt. Like, if The Sims came out now, there'd be so many more memes of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, take out the ladder.
I don't know that one, though.
Like, if you make a pool and you take out the ladder, they drown.
What?
They can't get out of the pool.
Oh, my God.
That's like one of those things where you build a room with an oven and no doors.
Yeah.
And you put them in there.
Really?
Yeah, it
Wow.
starts on fire and then they die.
That's awesome.
You can kill Sims in a lot of
Wow.
ways. Oh, thanks, Cactus. You're awesome. Oh no, Nightshade, really? Oh, that didn't affect your niece's night, did it?
Oh, God. That sucks.
No. Want to know how to talk like a sociopath? Sims. Hey, Shonda. How was your, how's the rest of your Halloween? Did your kid go to bed early then? Like, right away? Lots of candy. I had a friend who was actually disappointed there weren't more trick-or-treaters because he bought, like, dollar store candy or something. So he was like, now I have to eat dollar store candy. I either wish I didn't buy dollar store candy or I wish I bought really good candy.
That's what they get.
It was Wesley.
Oh. That sort of happened to Kyle, too. But, like, it rained where he was.
Oh, so no one went out?
Yeah, so now he's got just a bunch of candy.
Crappy candy?
I don't know.
See, I think that's funny.
Yeah.
He went to bed quickly. That's crazy. Did he eat a lot of candy and then go to bed? I always wonder if when kids do that, if they do have nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know if I eat like chocolate cake before bed or something, I will get nightmares. It's weird. Or cheese. If you eat a lot of cheese before bed, you'll have crazy dreams. Like right before bed. Eat some cheese. Razor blades and it used to be. Actually, Cactus, when we were growing up, I remember that being a thing. When I was like younger, there were needles and razor blades in candy.
I feel like that was always a
ploy to get to check candy? No,
No.
it was real.
I never actually met anyone who actually had that problem.
But the needles in candy actually happened recently.
Oh, again?
Yeah. Like, because that's easier to hide in candy. Because you
Yeah.
can push that through the wrapper and they won't even know the wrapper's been disrupted.
Right.
Razor blades are a commitment to put into candy. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
But LeVar Burton reads after candy. Oh, that's cool, May Fox. Oh, cute. I'm using all this candy for other trick-or-treaters. Oh! Oh, that's smart.
Oh, that would be smart.
Yeah, reuse. Do you dream in color or black and white? I can never remember. Honestly. And, like, do any of you dream in sound? Like, do you actually hear things in your dreams?
Or does anybody read? Can anybody read in their dreams?
Oh, that's a weird one, too.
Yeah. Because I remember...
Because then you have to make up the words in the book.
Yeah, but I remember my buddy always telling me, you can't read in dreams. I'm like, I just had a dream where I read. It said exit. And he's like, yeah, but that's like an image of something that you saw already. And I'm like, I don't know, man.
That's a good point, though, because... And that's why Inception was so freaking hard to believe. Because I'm sitting here looking at Ellen Page's character, the architect, right? And I'm like, this bitch can, like, imagine a whole city. I have a problem with a room in a dream. Right. But, like, for me, in dreams, I'm always, like, in molasses. Like, I'm just going slow-mo the whole time, and it's so maddening. I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it.
But maybe that's the whole thing where it's like time goes slower.
Nightshade, damn it. Oh, thank you, Shonda. Yours was cute, too. I like that you made it, like, weather appropriate. That was smart. Like, adding the extra black underneath. That looked comfortable, too. I'll be honest. I wouldn't mind wearing that around. Plus, that beer looked good. The signs that you're in a dream is that you can't read. Yep. I've tried to do the dream stuff where you take control. I never could, but I had a lady friend who always could, like, control her dreams 100%. And I was so jealous. So jealous. I was like, I'm more creative than you. I'm a better artist than you. How the hell? I still don't understand how she could. She's kind of a terrible human, too. So I don't even get it. Why do they get the cool stuff?
She was probably lying.
She might have been lying, actually. I'm too gullible and I believe everything everyone says, so... Oh, Shauna. Yeah, family appropriate, too. Good job. Because it still looked good. I mean, it was absolutely on point. But I know whenever I eat something overly sweet or cheese, I get crazy dreams. Otherwise, I don't really dream. I don't dream very often. And maybe that's the curse of being an artist. You don't dream very often because you live your dreams. I don't know. Yeah, right. I don't know. Someone would be like, Ashley, lame. You dream a lot, though. Your dreams are always super serious, though. Like, the world is always ending in your dreams.
I don't always remember them, though.
That's true. Thank you guys for all the bits today. This has been really nice. For the people who came in late, too, Gabe and I are scaling back on our streams. So after next week, because next week no streams at all because we'll be at a convention, we're going to start streaming only on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays on Gabe's stream still, Thursdays on mine, and we're both going to start at 4 p.m. Central and then just go till whenever. So we're hoping to cover at least still both of our time zones that we usually do, but just the one day. Like, we're going into those streams knowing it's going to be like a marathon day. And then we're going to have a bunch of things like planned for that too. Like, I'm going to work on this and this and this so we can get a good run at stuff. If we get distracted by things, we at least get to come back to it. Instead of trying to fit everything we normally do in like 2 to 3 hours. So, because Twitch is so much more of it's a marathon, it's not so much a sprint, right? So, we'll be doing it that way.
Yeah, I do feel like sometimes we end up barely getting started on something.
Oh, May Fox will miss you too. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah.
And then by the time you're already like into it, it's like, oh god, okay, I've been streaming for like 2 hours, I gotta go. That always sucks.
Yeah, and I hate that. Like, right now, I'm only this far, because I keep talking. So that's another part that sucks, is you talk a lot, but that's part of what it's about, right? So knowing that, it's going to be 6 o'clock soon, so then I'll have been streaming for 2 hours. Usually I like to stream for 3 hours on the 4 p.m. days. But in the future, since we're getting rid of Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it'll be 4 till whenever, right? And we'll probably take a break or so in there somewhere to eat dinner or something, but it'll be, I think, better this way. But anyway. It's all PM shift. Oh, Shauna. Well, remember, all of them are recorded too, and we do forward past ones to our YouTubes, or at least I do. So if you wanted to catch one, let's say in 2 weeks you wanted to catch this one because you missed it, you could go on my YouTube and see it. But if it's only been like a week, my Twitch still has past ones. So they're either all on YouTube or the most recent ones are on Twitch, and you can rewatch them. I think you can even comment on them too.
Yep.
Yeah, Nightshade. That's how my stuff is. And then, like, if I'm running from somebody or fighting someone, all my punches are going like this slow. And I'm like, come on! And I don't know why that is. And you know you're going slow and it feels heavy and you're like, why? So mad. Yeah, so Mondays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. We'll change our bumpers to have the correct info so you guys can come here and be like, oh, right, okay. Yep, not today. So we'll change all that stuff. But yeah, and I'm always like, if I'm trying to run from someone, it feels like I'm running in mud. Like, it's awful. I don't know what that means. Maybe, okay, so here's my thought. Maybe it means it's trying to manifest your fears and anxieties. So for me, I hate not being in control. So that's one of my things. I'm a control freak. So if I can't control how fast my arm's going or how fast I'm running, that's like a nightmare to me. So maybe for you, having things that are out of your control in terms of a global spectrum, that freaks you out, right?
Yeah.
Like, do nuclear missiles freak you out?
Yes.
Does it?
I mean, no.
Or like World War or something?
I think that's usually what happens in mine. It's always like
Does Terminator
some sort of,
freak you out?
sometimes. He's not a nice guy. That Terminator guy.
You ever had those dreams where something is physically happening to your back, and in real life your back moves and is tingly or tickly? No, not tingly, but I've had it where a part of my back numbs. And that happens throughout the day or in sleep. That's been really weird. That I think's medical. I might have a real problem. I don't know. Trying to do magic so hard that you sleepwalk. Now, that's something that freaks me out. Sleepwalking? Do any of you guys sleepwalk? That would legitimately freak me out. Like, I don't know how that works. I guess you'd make a really good blind person, because you already know how to, like, get around if you're sleeping, but I don't know, man. The idea of sleepwalking creeps me out in a lot of different ways. Like, waking up a sleepwalker, too. That whole thing.
Yeah.
Or, like, narcolepsy's scary. Does anybody know anyone in real life with narcolepsy? Sleep to a radio and episode. Oh my god, I can't even do that. Does anyone else here need complete silence to sleep? I'm that guy. I can't have any sound. Oh, Bunny, I've had that, yeah. Where something's behind your back, but you don't want to turn around or you can't. Nightshade, no. You don't have stairs, do you? Or at night, do you have to put up baby gates? That'd be kind of adorable, but I know it's terrible, but it's kind of adorable too.
I think baby gates would be worse because then you just like fall right over them.
That's true. It'd have to be a really tall gate.
Or you have to like padlock the door.
So Gabe does this thing when he sleeps. Inside look at Gabe. This will be on the test, by the way, so pay attention. Gabe does a thing. So I've been used to all my life basically sleeping on my side. So I'll be sleeping on my side, right? Like this. This is how I sleep. I curl up a little. And Gabe starts on his side, but then he gets on his back, and then at some point he ends up like this. And I don't know how, but it sucks. And he's usually hugging a pillow on his top, like this. He diagonal sleeps. Do you guys diagonal sleep? Because this sucks. I always push him. I push him because I'm violent. I push him. And he reorients because he knows what he does. But, oh my god. Oh, bye, Emily.
I am.
See you in 2 weeks. Yep, we'll see ya. Enjoy, okay? Yeah, we'll let you know how FurryCon goes. Weird. Nightshade, twice a year. So, do you know what happens right before you go to bed that might be causing that? I know you've probably thought about this, but I'm curious. Oh, that's so weird. I would be so scared. I'd strap myself into bed if I did that. I am the pretzel. What does that mean, Serenity? Like, are all your limbs kind of coiled up or something?
Do you have a magnet?
Yes.
Borrow for use?
Do you want a really strong one or just...
No, just a little one.
Yeah. Oh, Bunny, that's cute. At least you don't have to worry about, I guess, sleeping with a Gabe. If you had diagonal sleepers together, oh, F that. Oh no, Cactus, that sucks. Have you guys ever woke up screaming, but you're not screaming? Like, in your dream, you're screaming, but in real life, you're like, you ever done that? That's freaky. And then you end up waking yourself up and you hear, like, the end of it. That's freaky. Oh, yeah, Shonda, I've heard of that. There's a pillow, I think, for that now, though.
Wobbles, where have you been?
Wobbles! We were wondering why you haven't been streaming lately. No, a pit of absence. Sometimes you need to go into that pit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Ushi. Ushi, did you do anything fun for your birthday? Did you get any of your favorite things like your vodka or anything?
Vodka.
Apparently everybody's like on edge about the new Starbucks cups again. Like everyone's like, oh, I wonder what the controversy's gonna be this year.
Yeah.
But like they released what the cups are gonna be because this is news apparently. But like they're super safe and people are like now there's controversy about them being safe.
Oh no.
Like they're like Argyle sweaters and like solid colors and things.
Oh, that's cute.
Because I think last year they had a same-sex couple on there and people are
Oh.
freaking out. It's like, come on, it's a doodle on a cup, man. You know, worry about yourself and your life and not a cup. I don't know.
It's crazy.
It's nuts. It's more worrisome to me that people are concerned about cups.
Yeah.
Like what's on a cup.
I remember last
Bye,
year.
Laura!
Bye, Laura. Last year we were in Brighton when they started putting them out.
Oh, yeah, right. I remember that. I took the day off work, voted, have been just playing video games. Vodka will be happening soon. Called it. Season 2 of Castlevania. Is Season 1 good? I assume if you're watching 2, 1 was good.
Oh, is that why everybody's freaking out? Did it just come out?
Season 2?
Yeah.
I think. Happy holidays. Yeah! Like, oh! That gets me so upset that people get mad at Happy Holidays.
That
I'm
one's
sorry.
weird. Yeah.
Do you not consider Kwanzaa a holiday that maybe someone else is celebrating? How dare you! It's not all about Christmas. Christmas is a holiday, but so is Kwanzaa, so is Hanukkah. Anything, it's a holiday. Halloween's a holiday and you accept that? Like, what? I don't understand any of that crap. I could see that, Cactus, yeah. So Nightshade, real quick question. How is John in that movie? Or sorry, game. Like, from one, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into too much of that. But just tell me, did they cover it well? I don't know. Yeah, Fortnite's weird.
No Fortnite for me. It's too much.
I mean, some people cannot accept Halloween Wubbles, that's fine, but they know it's a holiday because other people celebrate it. You know? That's what I mean. Like, you know it's a holiday if it's in a store.
Yeah.
Like, there's even menorahs and, you know, Kwanzaa stuff sometimes, so those are all holidays. I think if you're one of those people that just thinks it's Merry Christmas or bust, come on.
Well, it's also like acceptance. I think that's just acceptance. Like,
It is about acceptance. That's why it's effed up.
yeah, if you're, from what I understand, most religions.
Bye, Jazzy!
Bye, Jazzy. Most religions are like, that's the one key thing, acceptance. Just accept people.
Nightshade, whisper to me about what happens, because I don't care, but I want to know. Because like, I saw the ending of the first one. I basically saw the whole game, but it doesn't make sense to me. Can you just tell me and whisper it? Yeah, the Adventure Time thing, though, I cared about. I cared about that. I don't care about this. I just want to know. It's like when anything happened in Game of Thrones, and I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but I want to know what happened so I could be in the know at work. So I'd just watch all the spoilers because I didn't care, but I wanted to know. That was me. Do we have St. Nicholas?
We have Santa Claus.
Where you put the boots on the window and get goodies?
Awesome.
Cactus.
No.
We have St. Nick, so yeah, but he's called Santa Claus, and he goes down chimneys after going to house on a sleigh pulled by reindeer, and then he goes down your chimney and he puts presents underneath a pine tree that's in your house that's decorated. A very pagan thing, by the way. So that's what we've got. But the shoes with goodies in them, that's a Mexican thing.
Oh, yeah, no, we have that, but that takes place during...
That's later, right?
Whenever the...
Easter?
No, whenever the
Passover?
wise men came by.
Oh, right.
I don't know when that is, but yeah, you put out your shoe by the doorstep, and the three wise men come to the door, and they, like, bring you some gifts, and they put
So
cookies...
the parents would put candy in your shoes to be like the wise men, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's interesting.
Mm.
But that's similar to us in stockings. Stockings are supposed to be hung over the fireplace. Don't know who started that. But put fabric over your fire and fill it with candy and goodies. Oh, it's his son, Nightshade. Is that right? So the main guy in 2 is the son? Okay. Never mind. Yeah, remember to pretend Santa's real when Danny comes in. He's not? No, just kidding. Oh, Serenity, so you have the shoes thing. See, that's cool. Apparently they have that too.
That's pretty neat.
I know, but isn't it weird, Wubbles? Like, putting it on a fireplace? Like, they had hearths and weird things where it's like, why would... I don't know. It's just, it's such a fire hazard. I always make fun of it. I don't know. It's like, here, do this really dangerous thing so you can get candy. Obviously. For the candy. Okay, so this guy is hanging out. I wanted to do another one, but I don't know where he'd be.
Well, I remember I used to get for like in my stocking, and this is in my previous life.
He doesn't mean, like, he means his girlfriend.
Yeah, my previous relationship.
There you go.
I used to get her mom would give us like oranges or apples.
Really?
Yeah, and then
That seems a little too healthy for that family,
Well-
from what I understand.
the mom was healthy, but then
Was she?
yeah,
Oh.
I mean she had lupus, but she tried to be healthy. But you know, it was like an orange, and then nuts, like walnuts and you know and pecans, like full shelled, you know.
Oh,
So it was still sort of like old school, you know.
I like that.
Yeah, and then
I would do that.
yeah, and then some candy, some other necessities.
I just would rather have something like that or something more thought of than candy, because if I want candy, I'm just gonna go buy candy, man. I don't, you know. Let's see.
Oh, that's a pretty cool. I like that origin.
Oh, gotcha, Nightshade. Okay. I wouldn't have said that publicly. That's why I told you to whisper to me. Some people might care. Somehow we went from Santa to horrors. I'm trying to piece this one together. I'm not reading fast enough.
It's the stocking. How the stocking came to be.
It's from horrors?
No, like the dude couldn't pay for the dowry for his daughters,
Yeah.
so he was gonna have to get the dowry by whoring them out. And so then he
How's that have to do with Christmas?
well, so Santa, so he's like, he put his socks out by the fire to dry them out, and some asshole threw money down the chimney, and that's, you know,
Chimney.
chimney, chimchimery. That's how I say it. Leave me alone.
Oh, thank you, Greg. How have you been? I would not say no to free candy, but I'll be honest, one of the best presents I ever got was from Sean, Art of Price. If you guys know Art of Price, he came back from a trip and he had picked out, and I totally dug this. I think it's great. And it's funny, but it's also sweet, and I love it. He brought us all back at Von House a rock that he thought resembled us in either a personality way, in a looks way, whatever, and he explained why each rock was ours. And I thought it was really cool. I forgot his explanation for mine, but I think it had to do with that, because mine was really smooth.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me think of the perfectionism and all this stuff. Yours was really like unique and had like a lot of weird, interesting things about it.
Yeah.
Like, it was really cool. It was a thoughtful gift that was free that he took time to think of. And these are the, if you guys send me a rock in the mail, I'm gonna be touched. Like, send me a rock or a leaf that's cool or a pine cone or an acorn. I'm totally cool with that. I'd rather have that than candy any day. Anyway, Chimbly.
And then I got boob gummy bears. Remember that one
No,
from Tim when they went to Europe?
that's weird. I don't remember that.
You remember?
Why did he get you boob gummies?
Because he's like, and then we got this candy for you, Gabe. Because it just, I mean, this is the only candy that
Does
reminded
Tim
me.
think you're a deviant?
I think it was the first year that we were there.
Oh.
I think, or that I was there.
Gabe's
It
rock was spicy.
It was. It had like.
Oh, Greg! Good. That's a good one. You get mad points for
That's
that.
good,
If I
yeah.
could give points again, what happened to Revlo?
I don't know.
I loved that thing.
That's funny because I just revoked access to Revlo on my Twitter.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I was like, Revlo. Oh.
I like it so much more. For some reason, it's still so much different than, what is it here?
Moobot, Streamlabs.
No, it's just, it's built into Twitch, but it's not as good by any means. You know?
It's just lost its dust away. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Wubbles. I don't know where Tim got those. Did you remember where he got those?
The boob candy?
Yeah.
Sweden or some shit. They went to Europe at some point.
But where did they go to get those?
I think it was just Europe. I mean,
Yeah, because Sainsbury's just has boob candy.
Well, no, I mean, Wubbles, if you really want some, I would say check your local Spencer's Gifts. They're bound
I
to
guess
have
they're
some.
easy to find.
Yeah.
Well, that's in America, though.
Yeah.
don't
I mean,
know.
you'd sooner find them. You're probably sooner gonna find a different sexual organ at Spencer's, but I'm sure they've got.
I mean, if
boob
they
ones.
have like penis ones for
Yeah.
like bachelorette parties and
They
things,
gotta have them.
I don't think he wants them though.
No.
Gabe, I think he's just wondering how.
Or for anyone else.
I mean, they have the internet, Gabe. You don't have to explain it.
This
to
is
them.
true.
They're big people. They know.
Asking for a
No.
friend.
We use Streamlabs. You guys are confused.
Yeah.
You're confused. We use OBS and Streamlabs, but Twitch has a built-in loyalty system. That's an extension that you can turn on, but it's not nearly as good as Revlo's was because you could gift points and stuff super easy by just doing like a command.
Yeah.
It was so much better, and you could gamble. And remember, that's the only reason Carrie came to the streams. She would gamble with them. It was great. Oh no, Greg, go to sleep.
Homie, go to bed.
Oh yeah, no, Greg, that's what I'm talking about. They have gummy. Yeah, no, I know.
Here we go.
I know. I don't want to use that, Wobbles. I didn't know they had penis straws. That's new. I can't even picture that, I think, appropriately. Or inappropriately. Accurately. I can't picture it accurately. Is it better, Wobbles? I have a Mac. Is it better? I wouldn't just blanket that because you don't know what people are using. Someone using Linux, Wobbles? Do you know if it's better? Way better. Seriously. Well, we'll see. I usually use actually. No, I'm not going to tell you that. But anyway. That's the one thing I've learned from Twitch is you can't really assume what people are using. They stole that though from Revlo, but it's not the same as Revlo. You can't use it as easily. Is my problem. Bye, Cactus.
Bye, dude.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, I feel like Wobbles does use a Mac.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Or no, he doesn't.
Oh.
It's not for Mac. Oh, I thought you did.
Weird.
Oh. Okay, who's doing Hughvember? Gabe, are you gonna try it?
I guess I don't.
Because if you are, you have to do a painting tonight.
No, I know. I mean, I'm not probably not gonna do a painting tonight, but I'm still trying to figure out what I would do. But I don't know.
I mean, at least whatever you do can be different, like content. Today's is yellow, I think.
Yeah.
I just think for most of you, if you did Inktober, take a break. If you're not used to drawing or painting very much, take a break. Because you probably have earned it, you need it, you might go crazy otherwise. However, if those of you who did Inktober are used to drawing all the time, every day, whatever, make sure, you either keep going if you're into it or take a break and then go. Just think of your health. What's Hughvember? So Hughvember is basically a different color every day. There's like a color wheel thing. Here, I'll find it for you.
I can get it.
Oh, I'm already on it. So, here you go. Yeah, Shonda, I wouldn't take a break. If you think you're drained, that's a good indicator you're drained. One drawing per day, one main hue per day, any medium. So at least there's the any medium. But that would be kind of cool then, because by the end, you'd have a rainbow book.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
I mean, if you're, like, Cass should do this.
Yeah.
Because she loves rainbow. Yeah, and especially, Shauna, yeah, if you've got some physical ailment that you can tell it hurts, take a break.
Oh, yeah.
You could cause permanent damage otherwise.
Oh,
and you don't
yeah.
want that.
Yeah, sure.
I made peace with my Inktober, so that's all I'll say about that. The book, though, will be out next year. I'm trying to think of a way to dress up that book without it being expensive. So I was thinking about maybe just getting it normal like we usually order books and then getting a sleeve for it.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Because that way I can make the sleeve look more ornate,
Right.
but have the book just kind of be whatever. What do you think of that?
That'd be
idea?
really good, actually. Cause
Yeah. Because, I mean, originally I did want, like, a leather, or not a leather, but a cloth cover sort of thing, and it's
Right.
like, I don't want to do a Kickstarter. I don't think it would do well,
Mhm.
and all that, so I'd rather just raise the money and do it myself. That's good, Shonda. See, and Ushi, you're always smart about that, so that's good that at least you assess, you know how to make those changes. That's important. As an artist, especially, that's important. It's like being a model or a musician or anything like that. You have to talk to your body, because if you have a problem physically and you ignore it, that's going to be your livelihood if you're like a freelancer. You can't risk that, I'm extremely lucky to never had any problems really with my hand, other than I have some picking tendencies I do here. I know this is pretty gross, and I apologize for anybody who ever looks at my stream and they're like, ew, Ashley. I've gotten better, so that's good. But yeah, that's the only thing I really have. I've never had tendinitis or carpal tunnel. I've been very, very lucky.
Oh.
I think my years on the computer, going back and forth from computer to traditional, probably helped me somewhat.
Yeah.
Different motions, but exactly, there you go, Ushi. So you're a smarty. Also, Ushi, why are you spending your birthday with us? I feel so special, honestly. You got things to do, though. You can do them. I just feel bad. I feel like I should be doing more. No, Greg, you can't. Gabe will beat you up.
Chi-Chi.
Oh, Greg. Every time Greg comes in here, though, it makes me want to go to Perkins. Or Denny's. Perkins or Denny's or something. So I remember when we saw him and we had a good chat with him, and I was like, well, no, I want pancakes. Having your birthday after Halloween. Oh, no, that's such a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, Ushi. Have you ever had a combo Halloween birthday party? That could be really cool. Oh, he got you too.
Oh, great.
He got you too.
It's good.
It's good. It's real good.
Very good. You're very, very smart man.
I like that emoji too, Greg. I don't know where you got that one. Also, how was TwitchCon? Did you have fun? Do you go every year? Ooh, Shonda. Good job. Let's see. Oh, damn. That's lit. Literally.
Where?
What kind of brownies are those, Shonda? Are those brownies or are those cash? Oh, Serenity, that makes sense. Also, Ushi, I understand. Has it gotten better, Greg? Like, have you noticed that just the way they organize the convention, has it gotten better? I've heard it does, but I wanted to ask you. Every time my Spotify skips, I think it swears. Like, oh, okay. It's like it censors itself or something. Spooky brownies. Prompt is size. Oh, cute. No, that works out. I think you did a good job, man. Are you proud overall? How many of you that did Inktober are overall proud of how you did? Because you should be. For the most part, if you got to the end, you should at least have default pride. You know? That I made it. But, you know, knowing how you did is important too. This year was one was literally line gone. Oh my god. I heard the lines were bad, but not, wow, that's insane. Why did they do that? Nightshade, are you not in our Discord? Come on now. How many months? 14 months with me? And you're still not in my Discord? I am offended, sir. Good, Shonda, you should be. I think pride, to an extent, is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Everything in moderation, y'all. Everything in moderation. Lust? Moderation. Vanity? Moderation. Everything. Yes, Nightshade, you. You bum. Batman Pug. Now I want to watch it. You just learned Instagram? I call BS. Whatever, bro.
Just as like a few months ago? Okay.
Essentially left on Twitch. That sucks, Greg. Was the rest of the con okay minus that? That's true, Desperado, but NYCC has had some time to figure their shit out. TwitchCon still, apparently, from everyone I've talked to, streamers and watchers alike, they have a lot to figure out. Like, apparently they need to get sponsored by someone who actually runs conventions, like ReedPop, because... Bunny, if you do, are you gonna make a book? Oh, I already pressured you about this. Never mind. You don't have to answer that. I just want to buy it, alright?
You didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything. However, you could just put together a PDF. We don't have to say the B word if you don't want to. It's a
Bomb.
It's a PDF sketchbook. No, don't touch Snapchat. That's icky stuff. Don't touch that. Can I just rage about Snapchat's logo for a minute? It's the goddamn worst thing ever. In terms of logos...
I think they did it because it disappears.
I get it, but there are so many other ways to draw a ghost where it doesn't look like a 3-year-old drew it. Oh. Oh, that's good, Greg. That's still weird, though. I know when we were at... Was it Dragon Con? They were only letting chunks of people in at a time because of fire code. So
Heroes.
People would... What?
Oh, yeah, they did a Dragon Con too,
Yeah,
yeah.
Dragon Con. So, like, there were literal waves of people because people would come in, they'd block people coming in, and then people would leave, and then they'd let people come in again. So there were very noticeable trends in traffic. Uh-oh. Wait, Nightshade, who? What? Yeah, she's bad. Don't touch her. Unless we're talking about your niece having Snapchat. What are we talking about? I mean, either way, don't join Snapchat. It's mainly for boobies.
Or did you get back with that one girl?
Oh wait, are you talking about your ex? Did I miss something? I feel like I missed something. What are we talking about? Or are you just personifying Snapchat as a she? Because I'm so confused. A lot of people use... Okay, so here's what I know about Snapchat. 13-year-olds use it to show their private parts to other 13-year-olds. And then people who primarily have Patreons and things like Kato, if you guys know who she is, she uses it for nude pics all day. So if you're part of her Patreon, you get access to her just snapping all day.
Snapping.
I would think that she'd reuse a lot.
Oh, right.
Like, there's no way you can take that many nude pics a day.
Somebody would probably call her out and be
And
like,
it's even creepier because she says screenshots allowed. Like, it's just
well.
creepy when you have to say that. I don't know why. It's weird. Anyway.
It's also like for
It's like
politicians.
Picardo for... It's like Instagram Picardo.
It's so you don't get in trouble, even though you could still take a screenshot.
Nightshade. I can show you her Instagram if you want. I appreciate her goth look is mainly why I follow her, because she has a industrial band, but...
I imagine most, like, girls who show off their tatas have one.
Probably.
If they have a Patreon and they like to show off their boobs, then yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, Greg.
Oh.
If we're ever in Brookfield around that time, we live in Oshkosh right now, so that's about an hour and a half away. But if we're ever down in that area, because we got friends down there,
Right.
we'll remember that. 2 p.m. Fridays, Thursdays. However, Thursdays are going to become our new, like, mainstream day, so it'd have to be a Friday, but we do usually go places on Fridays more than any other day, so that would be our time. Nightshade, damn you. Well, you are a man, and you do enjoy stuff, I guess. And you don't have a girlfriend. If you had a girlfriend, I wouldn't give you this, but... That's what I typed in. Damn it. She has 332,000 followers. I mean, she's pretty, but she totally has implants and stuff. If you're into that, whatever. That's your thing. Here you go. She doesn't need more followers. Wow. Okay. Oh, you said Thursdays. Sorry, I missed that part. I thought you said Thursdays and Fridays at 2. My bad. But I mean, if you work and you wait on us, we'll give you a dope-ass tip, and we'll get to talk to you at least a little bit. So that's a compromise, at least. You know? Don't corrupt my innocence. You are a beautiful unicorn, so... How would I dare to trample that? Ushi. All the nudie pics of all the peoples. Okay. Well, this got really oddly composited? I don't know. Composed. There we go. That's what I meant. Oh, I gotcha. Well, either way, Greg, we'll let you know. If we do, for some reason, get out there on a Thursday, I will definitely hit you up, man. Promise. You really know all my songs already?
Oh yeah,
Damn it.
I enjoy them thoroughly.
Don't lie to me!
It's almost, you know what it's like? It's almost like watching a TV show,
Oh, yeah, sure. Fine.
you know?
Right. Whatever, man. God, it's so dark out. All you gotta do is buy a onesie, Greg. That's all that Nightshade did. Nightshade, show them the way. You can be. Where did you get your costume anyway, Nightshade? Is 2 grasshoppers enough, or do I need another one? I feel like there should be at least 3. You know?
Yeah.
What do you think? 3?
Yes.
Yeah. Where am I gonna put it?
Holy Trinity.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, Greg, it's kind of a trek, but if we're down there, I'll remember. I did go to Dragon Con. Yeah, zombies. What's up? Welcome. Also, thank you for saying it's cute. I assume you went to Dragon Con then. Maybe you recognize? I have to put in this grasshopper's back leg because I almost forgot about their legendary back legs. Duh. Yeah, Nightshade, I know it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I just want to know where you got it. Like, legitimately. I want to know where you got it, bro. Oh, awesome, zombies. Did you have a good time there? Do you go every year? Is Dragon Con a thing? One cougar said I was the cutest thing. Well, did you go out with her? Or did she give you extra candy? Plus, Nightshade, we're in our 30s. What's a cougar to us? Is that like a grandma at this point? Like, I feel like cougars changed what it is when you get older, you know?
I guess. Yeah, I guess that once you get older, it's like...
Yeah, because a cougar when you're like in your 20s is someone that's 40.
Yeah.
You know? But then like when you're 30...
Yeah.
then they're almost your age.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nightshade, what does that mean? How old is she? Oh yeah, zombies. Nice. It's my favorite area too. Because at least, you know, the Artist Alley and stuff changes every year and you can find new people. I feel like vendor halls, usually they're always the same thing, you know? Especially at an anime con. Gabe pointed this out to me, and since he pointed it out, I've been unable to not notice it anymore, but it's the same everywhere. Every anime con you go to, it's the same merch. Do you want to be around my age cougar? Right? Isn't that weird? Like, I didn't even think about that until Nightshade just said that.
I think it is dependent on your age, but...
Their situation?
No. But even if you yourself are... Like, if I was 60 and I saw a cougar who would be... I'm pretty sure usually it's a mother who no longer takes care of the children, you know? It's like a mother who has...
Empty nest syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a cougar. She's still a cougar regardless.
She's just hungry.
Regardless of your age, she still has that title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's based on her situation, not her age.
Yeah. No, well, I think it's also age. Though I guess I mean, there's...
She'd have to be over 40, I think.
There's no way that you can't
With that situation, you couldn't be younger.
Unless you had a kid at 13. and they're already in college,
Yeah.
you'd still be around 40. So yeah. I think they all-
Oh, that's a cute lady.
They usually,
Thanks.
when I think of a cougar, I see like very a lot of makeup, really poofy hair.
I think like Cheeto skin,
Yeah, like
tops
you
and,
tan.
or like purses.
Leather
leather skin.
Peggy Bundy
Peggy Bundy.
with leather skin.
And more. I at least would hang out with Peggy. I feel like cougars are typically nymphos too.
Oh yeah, they just want to
They,
get it.
they need it. They're hungry. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. They're hungry. Oh, that's great, those zombies. 32 up to 45? 45 and up are pumas? I've never heard of this.
Pumas.
Gabe missed Guy 101 class. Apparently, he's never been too concerned about that.
No,
Are you into older women, Gabe?
I was.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean? I didn't know this. Explain.
Well, I used to be when I was younger.
What does that mean? Well,
Well,
isn't every
I-
boy though like you'd
No.
want someone with experience when you're
I feel like a lot of the guys that I knew wanted
girls your age?
small, petite girls, and I'm like,
Wait. That has nothing to do with
no, I know, but most of them
Experience.
are.
because you
you
can
know.
have a small petite chick that's like older.
That's very hard to find.
no, it's not.
I always liked that they were.
Well, at least
thicker.
now it's not.
I liked them thicker, and that they were experienced already, and that they could make me a sandwich afterwards, or there would just be leftovers in the fridge, because they have kids or whatever, you know.
Yes, Nightshade thick. So wait, I'm not a cougar, right? No, because I don't cruise bars. They're bar goers too.
That too, yeah.
They have to be bar goers.
They go to Champs.
Yeah, buddy, I didn't know about pumas either.
Wait, so what are the Pumas?
Wait, what's under a cougar? Is that a tiger?
I was gonna say under a cougar, you'll probably find a
College boy?
No, you might find a silver fox, but not usually.
No, they go
No,
for
yeah.
college boys.
Yeah, they do.
No, silver foxes have young girls.
That's true.
How come older guys get to be foxes where older ladies are feral cats? Guy code, guys. Don't tell her, guy code. You don't know! You're just saying that because you don't know, Nightshade, whatever. You punk. Don't let her learn. I'm not going to use my information for anything, good or bad. I don't even know where this is applicable. I don't know, Serenity. It's all Nightshade's fault. Everything from this point on is Nightshade's fault. Always. Plus, he's Stream King, so, you know. Yeah, when do I get to become a Jaguar? I mean, there has to be a term for the women that don't have kids that are still, like, independent and have money and aspirations. Nightshade, I highly doubt that Gabe knows anything about what you're talking about. Do you know what's before a cougar?
I have no idea.
See, he has no idea. I know, I'm sorry, Shada. Well, at least it's code. I don't know. 50 plus. God. That's gonna be nasty. I don't want to be 50. No one wants to be 50, Greg. Ugh. I'm still gonna blame Nightshade for everything. So if you have a problem with my stream, please see to Nightshade, the Stream King. He's in charge of everything. He's my boss. So. Eliza, I think Nightshade's just trying to poke at my conscience. Because I'm 32, so he's like, oh yeah, cougars are 32 and up. Yeah. Wow. Dark, Greg, dark. Has anybody seen The Lobster? I watched The Lobster last night. That reminds me of what Nightshade said about licenses. Liza, damn. I mean, just damn. Okay. I've got 2. Here, maybe a third one. Do a third one. Okay. It's a giant, giant metaphor. Okay, for anybody. So the ending of that is him. Okay, so do you remember it pretty well? The fact that she was short-sighted and he was short-sighted? So every single thing in that movie is a metaphor. Like the hotel itself, the wilderness, what every character is meant to be, all that sort of stuff. It's totally art house BS. Okay, but you gotta like think deep into it. And the dog scene's important too. Yes. No, Nightshade. At first they were both short-sighted, okay? And that's what brought them together, because they both had that in common. Then she got blind by someone else. I'm not going to talk about all that, but she got blinded. So then there was one scene where he was like, do you speak German? No. Do you like this kind of music? No. Do you like these kind of movies? No. Do you remember that scene? That was them trying to find common ground again, and they found they have no common ground. So that ending is alluding to him making a sacrifice to have common ground with her. So he's making common ground, which I guess in terms of like a relationship, that could be both of you taking ballroom classes or something, trying to find your common ground again. But the fact that they didn't have that anymore and he was trying to force it meant he was once again in a poisonous relationship, like the one with the dog, if that makes any sense. No, Greg! None of that. If you're serious, we need to talk about you finding some help for that. It is disturbing. It's not meant to be a safe movie, though, if you think of all the weird stuff in it. Like the guy... So, okay, his friend who was beating up his nose so he'd get nosebleeds too, that's him at the end doing himself in the eye. That's the same thing. He became his friend where he wanted love so badly he was willing to make it happen. And that's what he thought, love was. I mean, but she represents a type of person, right? The one that, the window, the biscuits, I just call her biscuits. But yeah, her in the window thing, that's a type of person where if they can't get someone, that particular person they want, it's over. Like every person in there, even John C. Reilly's character in the toaster thing, it's a metaphor. Like, it's crazy. Watch it again knowing every single thing. It's like a codex. It's kind of fun. Like, if you just see a movie that's meant to be a metaphor for something and you're watching it and you're like, this is messed up. None of this makes sense. Usually everything is an analogy to something else. So that's what I'm saying. So if you watch a movie and that's all kinds of messed up, usually that means it's a metaphor for something else. There's another movie I'm trying to think of that has that. I mean, I think Swiss Army Man had that too.
Oh yeah.
Horns. I believe Horns had that. It did, but it made sense for what it was because of what the hotel represented. Plus, it was set in a dystopian society where, if you remember the mall scene, he had to prove that she had to prove she was in a relationship because everyone that was in the city had to be in a monogamous relationship or else they got arrested and stuff. So it's totally dystopian. It's totally sci-fi. But anyway. Ushi, is that a different movie from Pursuit of Happiness? Or... I don't know of the movie that's just happiness. I don't think I've heard of that. Stop being obtuse, Nightshade.
You did it.
It's definitely one of those movies. I appreciate Pursuit of Happiness because it's one of those ones that takes you on the ride with him so that you just feel I called those movies, I know this is bad, but I call them usually like sad porn because they're meant to beat you down, right? To have you emote, right? So Pursuit of Happiness made you feel all those losses that he felt so that one at the end, you felt what he felt. So I thought that was cool. Oh, it's just called Happiness? Okay, never mind. Ah, Greg. He got my obtuse thing. Apparently you're a 90-degree angle because you're all right.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Third one.
Hey, Corey.
Hey, Corey. What's up? I'm gonna put one here too. He's gonna be eating a piece of this. Stealing from the mouse. Except there. Okay, this is gonna be shit. Gabe, are you gonna play Dark Souls tonight for people?
Probably not.
Hear that, everybody? Gabe hates you. I don't know, man. You might need it.
Might be.
Oh, Nightshade's too mad at it. You're allowed to have feelings. Feelings towards that game. It's meant for the people, I think, that are too angry at how easy games have become. So they want something hardcore. So, Nightshade, if you're not sick of how easy games have gotten, then it's probably not for you. And it's also for people who I think like to brag. Because everyone I've met who plays Dark Souls likes to brag that they play Dark Souls.
I just like how entertaining it is. And stuff. Or something like that.
Or something.
Is this like interesting?
Gabe does get really mad at it though. Don't you, Gabe?
I think I've gotten madder at other things.
I don't know. The gargoyle thing, you got pretty mad at the gargoyle.
Oh yeah, the gargoyles are stupid. There's gotta be a reason why two of them come out. That's dumb as shit.
I think you're just not to that level yet.
Yeah, I think I gotta get stronger because as soon as I get one down halfway, then another one comes out and it's like, okay, real fair, guys.
But Nightshade, it's life. That's like life, bro.
No.
Exactly. No, Akira, you're right. I was in the gaming industry, and they've made it so, tutorials, they handhold you through it. And it sucks in the beginning, and it's too much information too quickly. They don't know how to make games anymore. Honestly, Mega Man, was it X? The first Mega Man on PlayStation, which I think was X, that one is well known for having the most substantial good tutorial that actually teaches you without you feeling taught, but it sticks and you remember stuff, but it's through actually doing stuff, but you figure it out on your own. So whenever you figure out something on your own, right, you always retain it better because you figured it out, you problem solved it, so you remember how to do it. when your hand is held through something, you don't really retain it. You're like, yeah, okay, whatever, I'm doing this thing, it doesn't matter. But if you have to, like, lightly problem solve, you're going to remember it. And that game is actually really well known for having good, concise, short, memorable tutorials. Actually, Greg, we were supposed to go to TwitchCon this year. We got into the Artist Alley, but because we went to New York Comic Con, and Twitch is on the West Coast, West Coast cons are a lot harder for us to go to because they're super expensive. So we weren't able to go, even though we were accepted. And we have FairyCon next week. So it would have been between New York Comic Con and FairyCon, which is a lot. So next year, if we don't get into New York, we'll probably do TwitchCon. Hey, Lung!
Lung. Oh yeah, and Lung has been very awesome in showing me or explaining to me some things. On
We
how
know Lung loves Dark Souls. Too true. We know you do, buddy.
he was teaching me some stuff, and I learned it.
You got learned.
And he learned me something good.
But if you're one of those people that likes to see people angry sometimes to be entertained, you should watch Gabe play games. It's really fun.
I get pretty damn angry at it.
He does. Those are very not family-friendly streams.
Oh yeah.
When Gabe plays video games.
Honestly though, it's not even anger, it's just like frustration.
No, your swear level is nuts. Like, you swear like mad crazy.
But that's what I'm saying.
So
like,
do I, though, and it's fun. But
I'm
we
not
at
so
least
much.
tell you.
I'm not so much getting angry at it. I'm just getting frustrated with it. But then there is definitely, I forgot what game I was playing recently on there that I was actually getting mad at.
Bunny, you can check Discord. Corey put in an awesome picture of what he dressed up like yesterday. Let's go this way.
I actually don't remember the last game that I played that I got actually angry at.
Skyrim? Dragon Age?
Dragon Age.
Fallout?
Oh no, it was Dragon Age. Dragon Age was just. It's like somebody smart made Dragon Age. And
I
then
assume.
and then like the guy who's like, "Hey, well, can we have fun with it?" That guy, like the smart dude, was like, "You need to shut up and sit down for a minute." All right? So, the introspectiveness of this campaign is going to be like, "Yeah, but is it going to be fun? Shut up." That's what Dragon Age is.
Oh no, Corey. Hey, you know, this might be a good time for me to share some information. For anybody who does any work with videos or anything like that, or if you're in a situation like Corey is, where you need to make a big video file small, this program has always helped me when I was in the gaming and animation side of things.
Oh, yeah.
It's what you need.
They're
Oh,
not.
thank you, Corey.
They're not from France. They just thought that picking FR is like. Hey kids, you want to hear a joke?
Boo! Boo to Gabe. Boo!
Sorry,
Boo!
did you say boo earns or boo burns?
Why do you do this? Because you had love! Anyway. Boo!
Hey guys, also. if you
Hey
wanna-
guys.
Hey guys, if you want to make some extra money,
What?
hey, if you want to make some extra money, check out blah blah blah. Oh, no, there's this thing. If you guys like to make extra money, I don't know.
Oh my god, get on with it.
There's a thing called Receipt Hog.
If you like these passive kind of things where you can make pennies at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I like about Receipt Hog is that I go places and I buy things.
Well, no, wait, Ashley. The thing
No, wait.
I like.
The thing that I like about it is that I go places and I buy things. So if I go to the grocery store, keep your receipt. With Receipt Hog, you can take a picture of it and then get cash money every single day.
Boo!
But basically, that's what it is.
Boo!
You take a picture of your receipt, and then they look at the receipt, and then they give you credits And then you can turn those credits into like Amazon gift cards or PayPal credit. So why not? Why not let the government take over your information?
I don't care if they see that I bought fruit and tampons. I don't know. Like, who cares?
See then,
Who cares, man?
but then they start sending you like if we bought baby wipes, then they're like, hey, do you want these rubber nipples? Like, I don't have a baby. I just like to use.
Be fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, Gabe. I hate Gabe. Is this like one of your high school friends that never left him and are trying to sell you something from Pyramid Scheme on Facebook? I read that, like, is this like... Sorry, Corey. No, apparently it's real. Gabe did it in the past and he made money. I don't know. He's been trying to sell me on it too, but I'm like, if you go through the hoops for me, I don't care.
Well, it's this one, and then there's another one called Shopkick. And now, if you go to Walmart, if that's where you primarily... Oh my god. Spongy. Wow. Soggy, are you still here?
No, he left.
Shit. He needs to get Shopkick. Because every time...
just message him.
Every time you walk into Walmart, it like...
Oh, like you walk into Walmart.
Yeah, and they give you points for walking into stores. And then if you're just shopping around... And it's like, hey, are you by the Revlon area? Like, it won't tell you that, but if you look on the app...
See, I'm not cool with that.
Yeah,
I don't like
it's
that.
like, hey, can you scan a few of these boxes of Revlon products for us? And we'll give you points for it. And then you get those points.
Why would it want that? I don't understand why.
I have no idea.
That's my problem. I want to know why.
Maybe it's to see if there are any in stock, you know? I have no idea.
Oh, I guess that makes sense, actually. Right.
But basically, they're just collecting data for bigger
No, I got
companies.
that, but that's really weird data that the store itself should have. That's why I'm confused. Like, what? Doesn't make sense. What does that mean, Bunny? Can you explain? I don't even know what that is. Oh, see, I'm still cold, Gabe. Damn it. Alright, I'm gonna be quitting in 10 minutes. I was actually going to color this stream. That didn't work.
Maybe you don't need.
I talk too much, I think. And this is why we're gonna switch to the new schedule, so. Remember, we are gone next week at FairyCon. If anybody's in the Baltimore area or wants to drive a little bit to get there, I have free tickets to FairyCon for Friday and Sunday, and it's a discount thing for Saturday. If anybody actually wants that, DM me and I'll mail them to you. But you probably have to do that soon, or else they won't get to you on time. So if you do want free tickets, because I have a ton of them, let me know. Okay, so the new schedule is going to be when we get back from FairyCon, we're just doing Mondays and Thursdays now, instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days is too many. You don't need us that many days. So Gabe will be doing his streams on Mondays at 4 p.m., and we're going to go all day. Like, that is our stream day. So we're going to probably cover both of our normal times in one day. Because we can get a lot more done that way, too. Like, it's been 3 hours, and I've only gotten this far because I've been talking. So if I knew I was going the rest of the night, I'd be doing, I think, better than this right now. So we're having designated days now. So his is on Monday, mine's on Thursday. Basically the same as today, but I'd be going till whenever. I have to stop right now because I have to go do actual work. Whereas in the new schedule, I'll just keep going. So you can stay, go, whatever, that sort of thing. Oh, see, there you go. So everybody seems really in favor of this, which is great. I'm happy about that. I'm sad it's less days, but somehow it's more time? I don't know. So 4 p.m. on. We won't even say an end time.
Yeah.
When you take a pic of your receipt, they send it off to some transcribing thing where any rando can type out what's shown on the pic for literal pennies. Oh, sad.
But see that, so at the same time, they're having us go do the work for them also. And then like, I mean, I've known people who do that stuff. Like in the 90s, I knew people that would like they would get one of my best friend's cousin would get a bag of buttons, and they would just glue them to a board in the shape of a remote, and then he would send it back to them, and that was it. And he'd get like a quarter for each one that he did. And, you know, like, at the end of the week, he'd make, like, $200 or some shit. Because he would just sit there and just glue and watch TV. And that's all he did. One summer. You know, and people do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as they're not being abused. I don't know. Nightshade, that's a waste of money. That's my only problem with that. I would do that, too, if I had tons of money like you do, Mr. Pennyworth. Whatever. Oh, good, Ushi. Okay, so you like it, too. James, probably up to like 12 hours. I mean, we could do that. If we're on a roll, man, you know, that's a long stream. So like right now, in 5 minutes, I'll have been streaming for 3 hours. And I think like 3 hours is usually our normal cutoff now.
Yeah.
So like last night, not last night. So Monday and Tuesdays right now, we usually start at 9 p.m. Central and go to like maybe 11 or 12. And not many people can go to those because it's really late. And then Wednesdays and Thursdays we start at 4, and then we just keep going. But Gabe's time on Monday is going to change to the 4 p.m. and then just go. And then I'm just going to go, because if we can actually just say this day is for streaming, lots more can happen. It's harder when you kind of dot it in your week and it's not a main focus. So we're going to try that. Oh, Nightshade. Really, Nightshade? God. Hey, Wade!
Wade.
Guess I'm sorry. Yeah, but James, as long as you, like, take a break here and there, like, we'd probably have a dinner break that'd be, like, 20 minutes or something. Put up a bumper on the screen, all that kind of stuff, so. That sort of stuff. You know, we'll do things like that, but it is better when you can set your mindset to be, okay, I'm going to be streaming for a long time today. Whereas when we start the 4 p.m. streams or the 9 p.m., we kind of know we have to go to work after. So that usually puts a lot of pressure on us to do something now, right? So, anyway, there's that. I really want to paint this one like the other one.
Like a cellophane thing?
Get the word right and I'll tell you.
Leave me alone.
Get the word right. What's the word?
Acetate.
There you go. It's an acetate alternative, but I'll let it fly. You have such trouble anyway. I'll let you have that one. Where's my other pencil? Yeah, and James, I don't recommend anyone do 12-hour streams unless they've already been streaming kind of normally, so you understand how you work during a stream. Gabe and I obviously have been doing it for a while, but for anybody who wants to start streaming, please start simple, start short. Don't go crazy long, because it's really weird what happens. You get into the moment, but you don't want to leave because it's like you're hanging out with friends and stuff, so you forget to eat, you forget to do all these things. So until you actually get used to streaming and the dangers of streaming for too long, you know, you gotta be aware of that. So. Oh, gotcha, bunny. Okay, so I'm gonna be going. Wade, damn it, but I've been, it's okay though. So, like I said, we're gonna be at FairyCon next week. So if anybody's around the Baltimore area, Maryland, Baltimore. Or if you want to drive a couple hours, if you're within a couple hours and you want to see Gabe and I and maybe hang out and see a couple frauds, that sort of thing, Yeah, Kira, we're gonna be going. Yeah, bees, damn it. Oh. I mean, I guess I could keep going. See, this is what I'm talking about. Damn it. Okay. Do you want to go?
Do you want to go?
I have to pee, but that's about it.
We'll go pee and then.
Well,
and
everybody's
then
saying
maybe-
bye now. Now I feel weird, you guys. Do you want me to transfer this to acetate, or do you want me to go? Because I could take like 15 more minutes and do that. Because I do miss jar bees, man. Oh, God, I feel like an idiot.
Why? What?
Because I'm like, I don't know.
All right, I'm leaving. Oh, maybe I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate doing that. You guys. Okay, I'll take 15 more minutes, 15, 20 minutes, whatever, half an hour, I don't care. I'll ink this or whatever, and then I'll go. Because, I mean, we're going to be gone for a week anyway. I'm going to be on a couch drawing the rest of the night anyway, so.
I guess we're not streaming again.
We don't stream again until the 12th. That week.
Hey, Oshkosh Christmas Parade.
Yeah. Which we could go to now because
Yeah.
I'm not streaming that day. So, so our new schedule starts on the 12th. And like I said, if for whatever reason you forget our new schedule, Gabe's gonna even make a graphic right now that's gonna change his bumper so that his offline thing says, and I will too, it'll say our new schedules. And if you haven't seen at the bottom of our videos, we have these, like, what are they called? They're like countdown timers that tell you, okay, Cloverkin's gonna stream in this many hours from now. And it says it usually in your time, whatever, right? Time zone. That's the word I was looking for, time zone. Yeah, right, Wubbles? I don't do it very often, but I feel kind of guilty right now. Plus, I could get a little bit more work done on this. So, welcome back. Thank you. Why the transfer? Wait, do you mean this? Or do you mean the time change? I think I want more wheat in there than that. I'm gonna have to change that later. Okay. Hold on.
That's cute.
What?
All right.
Shut up! It's
Oh,
a
that was
zipper.
really cute. Yeah.
Wade, were you here for my other streams where I did the acetate paintings? I can show you. If not, just let me know. Shit, where is my brown? No! I've lost my main brown. Oh, I guess I have a new one though. Damn, son. Oh god, I never used to be this much of a mess. I'm a literal mess now. Gabe, would you do me a solid? Would you go into my giant Prismacolor box and get me the dark brown? I seem to have misplaced. Wait! Hold up! Haha! There it is. Who does that? Bees, how you been, man? Sharpening pencil. Alright, so Wade, let me explain. So, what the acetate does, and I've been experimenting with this, so I might actually, no, I'll probably do gouache on this too. So, the acetate, you trace the thing onto it, and then on the back of it, you paint, and it's basically like almost animation cell look to it, where it comes out pretty smooth. This one here, it's pretty nice. It comes out kind of frosted, so you have to. I got a swatch sheet here I made, so I know what colors will turn out like what. That's the front. So on the back, I can actually see what all my colors look like through the acetate because it is a little bit frosted. And the only problem is it can crack. Oh, like that. Oh no.
Did it?
Yeah. So as you see here, it can crack. So in the future, I'm going to have to keep these better so it doesn't do that. But I assume if I used acrylic, then it would do that too. So, oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, there's something. So I'm going to have to keep these flat in the future and not bend them. But it gets a pretty cool effect otherwise. But I guess it can crack. But yeah. Oh, good, May Fox. Yeah, I was just about to leave, but, oh, some artist did it for a comic book cover? Weird. Yeah, I don't know. A friend of ours does it pretty much exclusively. Like, she doesn't really do anything else. But, you know, she does it pretty well. I mean, she works with it really well. But there are a few things that are very strange about it, and there is kind of a huge learning curve. Especially if you don't know gouache, I definitely do not recommend it, actually. You have to really know how to work with gouache and then how to work against gouache, which I know sounds weird, but totally legitimate. I had Gabe try it too because he's more of a gouache fiend than I am, and he kind of agrees with me that it's finicky.
Yeah.
Like, you have to know what you're doing. I mean, this is technically like you would transfer an ink drawing, basically. But the nice thing is this acetate works so beautifully with colored pencil. And it has to be the soft colored pencils, so Prismacolor Premiers, and not the Col-Erase, or else it just will not work. But with the Premier, it's just, it goes so smoothly. And there's like no graininess. It's just, it's beautiful, man. Just beautiful. Yeah, Bees, how you been? What's been going on, man?
It is acetate. Corey.
Acetate alternative. It is not anything like vellum. Just because it's see-through, that's the only thing it has in common. Vellum takes marker really nice and ink. On this, it just sits on it and pools. Like, I can actually show you. Just so you know not to do it. I'm gonna do it so you don't have to. Okay? Because this is... So usually marker looks like this, right? You put it on here, and it like, it'll eventually pool up, and it smears sometimes. If it's a water-based marker, yeah. But it does this, yeah. So I don't recommend it for that, but I don't know. Like I said, you can use vellum for that, because vellum's meant for, like, marker and stuff, but this is totally different. And I don't know why it's an acetate alternative. The stuff I got, it's called Duralar. It's a super sci-fi name. I don't know if like acetate's made with animals or some crap or something, but it says it's an alternative, so don't know what that means. Are you looking it up?
No. I'm making my thing.
But I was gonna try acrylic on this, but seeing as how the gouache cracks, the acrylic would crack even more, I think. Right?
Yes. If we use
It's
the
kind
medium.
of plasticky, but
The acrylic
I think anything would basically crack off.
If it's too thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the gouache does crack off.
Though I guess the acrylic would, at some point, would just be plasticky. Really.
Yeah, congrats on your kids' book, Bees.
Oh, yeah,
I
dude.
love the look of that.
That's
It
great.
looks amazing. You did really awesome on it. It makes sense why you've been gone.
Yeah.
I mean, if artists you know go away for a while, it either means they're having a breakdown or they're working on something big. So you always hope it's the former. That they're not having a breakdown. They're actually working on something big. And I didn't like how fuzzy I made the basket the first time, so I'm gonna actually tone down the furriness while I do it right now. So that's part of the reason it's nice to have another go at something. Wobbles, are you still here? Are you gonna go back to streaming then? Or I know you were on a hiatus of some kind, but do you plan on going back to streaming? So also, if anybody doesn't know, in Discord right now, in our Discord, I'm trying to put together a little schedule that people can go see who's on what day and whatever. Like, maybe you want to see what other streamers are streaming that day that are in the Discord. I want to add people to that. So if you do stream and you have a stream day that you kind of, you adhere to, like an actual schedule, please make sure to add that. And I think I put it the general discussion area. And I'll put you on the calendar. I kind of wanted Alfredo on that. Oh, it's probably bad. $250 zines made. Damn, Mayfox.
Oh.
Killing it.
Fire!
It's good you learn, though, what you need to limit yourself to. That's good. Okay, Wobbles, no problem. Kinda, James. Yeah, I was hoping it'd just be Twitch. Why, are you saying YouTube? Or... I don't like to endorse Picardo, usually. Just because it's usually used for porn. So... I mean, I guess as long as you're not doing porn on there, I'll do it. But it is primarily, I guess, for Twitch.
Oh yeah, what else do you use?
I guess YouTube.
Oh.
You can do YouTube live stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe Instagram. But if any of you are doing Instagram streaming, you should really consider not, especially if you don't have a very big fan base, because Instagram live streaming really isn't lucrative for anyone that's not a celebrity. Meaning, like, yeah, it can help you build your relations a tad bit, but it's only for the people who follow you already, and not doing anything really for you by getting exposure. They've kind of tried to remedy that, but the UI is so messed up that it's really hard to still find anyone new. So if you are trying to live stream on Instagram, I would highly suggest checking out Twitch. Just because you get a lot more exposure from Twitch than you do with Instagram Live. I use both Twitch and Picardo. Okay. Mixer.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. It's looks like it's a Twitch clone.
Yeah, so Eliza, streaming on IG, it's just going to the people that already follow you. Like, it's not gaining you new followers by any means. So if you're doing that and you've grown kind of accustomed to streaming on Twitch, or if you've grown accustomed to streaming on IG, then moving over to Twitch should be pretty easy for you. And you'll get new people, you know.
Mixer is...
Also, you can stream with your phone on Twitch, Eliza. Twitch mentoring be available again in the spring. Yes, Mayfox. That one definitely, yeah. That might go up in price a bit too, because the Twitch one is actually the hardest of all my mentorships, because I basically have to have a call with you and lead you through a bunch of things. And it's not even usually just one call, it's multiple. So the first call, I'll usually lead you through the interface of OBS, how to deal with that and all that stuff. And then afterwards, we'll design your interface and your overlay, and then I'll show you how to implement that into what we've talked about previously. So the Twitch mentorships end up taking longer in terms of, you know, just what we have to talk about and how you do it. It's the harder of the mentorships by far. For me to do, at least. For you, it should be okay. As long as you're somewhat tech savvy. It can vary, though, I guess. If you're not very tech savvy, it's gonna take a little bit longer. Yeah, and you can make money with Twitch, Eliza. Where IG can't make money, you know. But you can stream on Twitch with your phone. I've seen people do that. Yeah, I keep forgetting to do raids every time. Is Steve on?
He is.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. We could go raid Steve, I guess, after.
Yeah, Wubbles, I don't think you can actually... I don't know if you can actually become a streamer on here.
On Mixer?
Yeah, it's,
What does it look like?
Oh, maybe you can. Oh, I guess you can. But it's like... Microsoft, it's like you can't sign in unless you have a Microsoft account.
Ew.
Yeah. So...
I'm not gonna join it just because of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch Microsoft.
Like, you have to have a Microsoft Live account.
See, the problem is, what else do I use that for? I mean, I probably already have it because of Xbox, but man, I can't use that otherwise. Like, that's for a very distinct demographic, is the problem. That's why I wouldn't do that either, because it's obviously just made... It's going to be PC users.
Yeah.
Apple people are usually not going to sign up for a Microsoft-centric platform.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, Heather.
Hey, Tad!
It's Heather.
Oh. Heather. So misleading. Yeah, I think they stream games on it because it's Microsoft, so they're probably hooked up to their Xbox. Yeah, you are. God, Heather. I don't even care now. Just kidding. Totally kidding. Well, tell him to go away. No, I'm just kidding. I'm glad he made it home good. What are these emojis? What is this? Why are they black? Are they black on yours?
No.
What?
Uh-uh.
What are they?
Well, it's a cat, and then she's crying.
Look.
Weird. Maybe it's just not loading, I guess.
Your guys' emojis, no one's emojis are coming up
Weird.
on mine. I'm gonna refresh. If anybody says anything, let me know.
Yeah.
All my emojis were black boxes. For those coming in, we're switching our schedule. So we go to FairyCon next week, and then when we get back, we're going to switch our schedule to where we're only streaming 1 day a week each. So I'll be streaming on Thursdays at 4 p.m. and Gabe will be streaming Mondays at 4 p.m. And the difference is that we're going to just go until we feel like stopping. Whereas on days like this, it's like we stream maybe for 4 hours at most. but that's a stretch usually, especially when we gotta work. So we're probably gonna be better off doing it this other way. So we'll reflect that on our actual pages too. So, if you forget, you can just come to our page and look. But yeah, it's gonna be 4 p.m. both of us on our respective streams, Mondays and Thursdays. Oh, thank you, May Fox. Yeah, there's 3 grasshoppers, because grasshoppers eat wheat, and this guy is a wheat farmer, apparently. Or at least he, he farms wheat. I don't know if that makes him a wheat farmer, but he might do it just for him and his family, or for himself solely. So if that's the case, then I don't want to say he's a farmer. Maybe he just does it for him. Heather is gone. Now only Tad remains.
Sorry.
Oh, that's awesome, Tad. I hope it's good weather. I feel like weather is so important with Ren Fairs. Ultimately, that's the most important thing. But I hope you guys have a fun time regardless. Why is my little boy up right now? What time is it?
7:30.
He shouldn't be up for another 5 hours. What's he doing? What you doing, Ham? Do you think it's too late to establish yourself as a streamer with this much competition? No! No.
That's like saying, is it too late to establish yourself as
an artist.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically... So what's funny is, and what Gabe kind of had to talk me into, as well as me find out on my own, there's enough people in the world for everybody. I know that sounds weird, but in terms of freelance, in terms of stream watchers, in terms of anything, customers, all that stuff, I still even freak out about it now because it feels like there's a finite amount of people that could be interested in your stuff, but really people come and go all the time. Especially our Twitch folks, there are some of you who have been here 14 months, right? Mm-hmm. But then there are other ones who have come within the past week, stuff like that. And you're always going to get turnover. And you'll have some regulars too, which we always appreciate and love you. But you're going to get that turnover, and those are new people finding you, and you're always going to get that. Same thing with selling your art too. So any time is a good time to jump in, honestly, because then you're going to start building that exposure, that, you're going to start learning how streaming even works. So honestly, jump in at any time, because regardless of your camera and all that stuff, you'll eventually get better things, and sometimes you can even have people help you get better things. At the bottom there, the watch us watch Frozen in costumes thing, that money's basically gonna go for new lighting, because I'm using 4 lamps and I'm really tired of it.
Literal lamps.
It looks ridiculous. So I know it looks like we're just going to take that money and run, but we actually put it back into our streams. So there's that, but yeah,
and you
Serenity.
get to see me dressed up as Elsa.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
I'm going to wear makeup.
But yeah,
Maybe.
Serenity, really, any time is the best time. It's kind of what people say about kids.
Yeah.
There's no real planning or good time.
You know what?
Anytime's a
Honestly,
good time.
to Serenity, if you were to put
Night Ushi, happy
bye,
birthday!
dude, happy
Enjoy
birthday.
your vodka. Not
Serenity,
too much.
Serenity, if you put German speaker, then you might actually get a completely different demographic.
That's true.
'Cause,
Gabe put Spanish for a while.
Yeah, and I would get people who were either from Spain or Mexico or whatever, and they would come in and talk to me. So
I think you should do some Spanish-only streams. I think it'd be good for you.
I don't know if that works, because I mean other.
You'll get English ones too. I
Right.
mean, talk to the English ones, but I
Right.
think you should do some where you know, focus on getting some Spanish people.
Yeah,
I don't know. Why
That's
not?
true.
You can
That's
do
true.
it.
it's true.
If I could speak another language,
Mhm.
I would do that once in a while too.
Yeah, and I guess I do. I am the less I speak it, the more I lose.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
I don't want you to lose your Spanish.
My Spanish is getting obese. Let's just be honest with each
Because
other.
you're obtuse.
Because I am obtuse.
Yeah, and I'd watch you too, Serenity. Whether or not
Hmm?
I know what you're saying, if you're doing art,
Yeah.
art is a universal language, right, y'all? Come on. We know this. I think at least, you know, that works on Twitch too.
I would love to see you get angry and
Swear in
like,
English.
yeah, but you're like speaking German,
That'd be so cute.
you know. But then, yeah.
Yeah, we'd watch you and support you, you know? So I really think, and this goes for anything, not even just streaming. If any of you are thinking of doing anything, just start doing it. Like, why not? Really, why not? I mean, unless it costs $1 million, you know, screw it, just start doing it. Really,
No, it
guys,
doesn't.
we're dying. Don't forget. We're dying. We're all dying right now. So you might as well go do something fun.
But also, if you're not that kind of person to stream or to like talk to people and stuff, then maybe it's not for you. But I think
Well, I still say it's worth trying.
yeah, it's worth trying. Yeah.
You know, and like we had a friend, he's usually very quiet and very kind of to himself, and he tried streaming for a while, and he still does once in a while, but for the most part, it's not him. You know, he's not the entertainment type. And that's okay. Some people aren't. And if it doesn't fit you, that's fine. You figure that out. Remember, I'm a big proponent of figuring out what you don't want to do is just as important as figuring out what you do want to do. And you should never feel guilty about what you do and don't want to do. Unless you're murdering people or hurting people, don't do that. Feel very guilty about that. But no. Nightshade, no. Eliza wants you to speak in Spanish.
En español, Eliza. Say Smith in español. Is
Hey, she's-
Smith? What? Shake my head. Shake my tush, Heiny. I don't know what SMTH is. Smooth.
I think she
Oh,
means
say something.
Yeah, that's what I think she meant.
Lo único que tengo que decir es que ustedes no saben lo que estoy diciendo ahorita. ¿Me entienden?
Ha. I like it when he does it. Nightshade? No. Remember, I don't like drops and I don't like heights, which that's all skydiving is, homie. Gabe would go with
Correction.
you, maybe.
You enjoy drops when it's in the music.
Hell yeah. Let the bass and the booty drop. But yeah, no, I could never do skydiving. That's different. That's not a hobby. So yeah, Gabe is 100% Mexican and is fluent in Spanish, as you can see. But yeah. Sometimes he loses it though because he talks so much in English. So I really try to encourage him to keep speaking Spanish. He used to because his family spoke just straight Spanish. Like his parents don't know very much English. So, but he's been America washed, I guess. I don't know how else to say that, but can't compete with that game. Could do bilingual structure in English, but I don't know that. Yeah, Serenity, that's basically what I guess Gabe would do. Except if he didn't know the Spanish word, he'd switch to English.
English, yeah. No, I do that all the time too. Or I go and Google
Yo!
Translate.
Okay, if English and Spanish is Spanglish, is
J-
Spanish and German Sperman?
I was gonna say Janglish.
That's English and German.
Jenglish.
Spanish and German.
Jenglish.
Spanish and German. Where are you getting the L
No, English.
in
Oh.
German? Spanish and German.
English. German. Jenglish.
Spanish and German.
Oh, Spanish and German.
I've said that 3 times now.
Because I'm still thinking of what I'm thinking.
I know you are. You do this with everything.
So Spanish and German.
Sperman.
Sperman.
Or Germish.
Germish.
Either way, Gabe, you should do one. Or, if you're playing Dark Souls and you have the urge to swear, do it in Spanish. Yeah.
Hijo de puta.
Or on your Twitch stream at all.
Mm-hmm.
Swear in Spanish.
It's true.
Do that. Think of the children. No, I'm saying, so yeah, spermin. Not sperming. Spermin equals Spanish plus German equals spermin. There you go. Doesn't it? Because we have Spanglish. If anybody knows Spanglish, it's a real thing where you have Spanish and English, but I was just wondering what Spanish and German would be, and it was gross. I know sometimes my enunciation of my words sounds messed up, so it probably sounded like I said sperming, which is gross and not what I intended to say. Sorry. Not the intention.
This no attention.
My intentions is good. It's very good. Hey, Shonda.
Shonda.
It's a weird word, man. Is that some kind of superhero? Who? Ew! Oh! No, I just went through levels. Sorry. Shonda, it's not what you think. Seriously, it's a fine time to come into the conversation. Everything is fine. This is fine. Alright, I think now I'm gonna go, though. Because I'm starving now. And I don't want you guys to see me hangry. You have in the past, and maybe you haven't known it. Maybe it was on Gabe's stream when I called him an idiot the other day. I don't know. Ew, Shauna. It's exactly what you think. What would his power be? And we're gonna end there. Nightshade. Damn it. Alright. Juicy Peach Towers. Guilty. Alright.
What?
You win. You win with that one. My apologies. I get it. I see what's going on here. Forget you, man. Forget you. Okay. Remember, we're gone next week. Then we come back Mondays and Thursdays. Monday's Gabe. Thursday's me. 4 p.m. CST. Okay?
Rhymes.
Huh?
It rhymes even.
Well, if you're me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd have to rearrange it. Right. If anybody wants those FairyCon tickets, DM me on Instagram or here or somewhere. Email me. I don't care. Just find me. Because I'd have to mail them out probably before Saturday or Monday for you to get them on time. So
Or I guess you could just meet us at the place.
Gabe will run them out to you,
Yeah.
I guess. Worst case scenario. Otherwise, I'm okay to, you know. Okay, Wubbles. You could always just show up too, like I said, and I'll have Gabe bring them out to you.
Yeah.
But, otherwise. otherwise.
But if you're gonna come, you better bring your sketchbook, boy.
Yeah, we want to see your sketchbook. Yes, we'll see you guys next time. New schedule. If you forget, remember to just check back on our streams after today. I'll have a bumper up.
I already updated mine.
Gabe's already updated his. The first time he's been ahead of me. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, food. Oh my god. All right. Take care. Recuperate from Inktober and Halloween, okay? Take care of yourselves. Eat good things and be safe and love
Be
each other.
kind to each other.
Bye!